Good morning, everybody. We are in Dyersburg, Tennessee at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park for our very last race of the season. I am Matthew Holt.
Our very last race of the season?
Well, very last regular season race.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's
Very
early,
last
Matt.
regular.
We got to use our qualifiers here.
Yeah.
I haven't had my caffeine yet.
I see some, though.
I'm working on it.
That looks like a healthy drink, though.
It's sure. Yeah. It's healthy.
Yes.
What's up, everybody? Like Matt said, welcome to the race. We are at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee. The last race of the Southern Series for the year. We do have our finals happening in a couple weeks in Disney, Oklahoma.
And our last regular season race, we only have finals left. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Exciting.
The season has flown by. We had 3 classes racing yesterday. If you missed it, we had our UTV Stock, Unlimited class, and our VIN class all raced yesterday. Today we've got our UTV Bounty, the Bouncers, and our UTV Youth class, as well as our 2 classes of RCs will be racing later today as well. And we have the Formula Off-Road Iceland teams here to race, and we're going to be interspersing their races with ours, kind of alternating as we go throughout the day. So tons of racing action still to come today. I hope you guys are able to catch most of it here on Hillside Live. But before we do all that, we are going to start with the national anthem, as we should. So y'all please listen to that.
Take a knee, you can do that, but I don't advise it because we are about safety, and I will not have any control over your safety at this point.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red land, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? And the
It's the light beam coming through our phones. Okay. Good morning.
All right, we are ready to officially rock and roll now. That is the way to start the day. Here at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park, we are ready to kick off with our UTV Bounty class. Then we are going to have the Bouncers and then our Youth class. You might notice we changed the order just a little bit. In the past we've started with our Youth class, but there is some fresh water out on the course, so we are going to let them run at the end of the day instead this time. Change it up a little bit. I know the kiddos are raring to go, though.
Yes.
They were all lined up this morning, and they've been out studying the course and doing their practice laps and everything, so that's going to be fun to watch, as always. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. Let's see who we're going to have pulling up to the starting line here. I know Wyatt Wilson was struggling.
Finding parts?
Well, yes. Remember yesterday he loaned out an A-arm to DC.
Yes. Oh,
I don't know if it was if it was returned.
You see, what happened was
DC
Yes,
happened.
DC. And what was weird is he had some issues during his run. I don't know if it kept popping in a gear or what, but he ended up actually just pulling off course yesterday after his second run. So I'm not sure, if he just was, frustrated with the way the buggy was running. Again, we're not sure exactly what the problem was. It looked like it just kept popping out of gear because he'd have to come to complete stop, put it back in gear. After several big jumps, he had that same issue. So he said, just wrap it up. No sense in tearing anything up, but pulled off. So, again, we'll see some more racing going on today. Like I said, the UTV Bounty Series, I'm excited to watch. Those guys do the same exact course that the big bouncers do. So I always have a lot of respect for those guys just because they're like, hey, here's some massive ledges and stuff we shouldn't be climbing regardless under any circumstances. Let's go race it,
Let's go do it as fast as we can.
Let's go do it as fast as we can.
And not only that, but right as we were doing the driver's meeting, the fire truck was at the top of the hill and just, unleashed thousands of gallons of water, just it was like a giant slip and slide coming. Everyone just watching it come rushing down the hill. So just another aspect to keep everybody on their toes today as we're racing on this hillside behind us. Speaking of the hillside, if you've never been here to Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park, it's an amazingly spectator-friendly park. Everything that we're racing on today is right here behind us. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a crowd shot later and show you guys what that looks like, what our crowd this morning is looking like. And, you can just see everything, and it's easy to get to, so that's definitely one of the great aspects of this park that we really enjoy. Good morning, Greg Meadows. There you go. There's a nice shot of the crowd. People still filtering down here this morning. We have not gotten started yet, so if you're just joining us, you're not missing anything. We are just about ready to send someone off the starting line. So there's a little view of things, how things are looking this morning here at Bikini Bottoms. If you've never been able to come here before, hopefully you can put it on your list for next season. This is Dyersburg, Tennessee.
That was a great crowd shot there. Perfect from the top. It shows how big. We talk about an amphitheater, this being a great seat. We can see all the people filtering in this morning. There really isn't a bad seat in the house. Again, that was a great shot. I love seeing that one just because it shows, how big this course is for all the drivers. Plus, it also shows, how awesome this course is. And, again, like we talked about yesterday, our Iceland guys are here with us. They did a little test and tune late last night. Watching a couple of them get with it. We have one driver that's going to hop in with us today, Aaron. He's going to be hopping in with us today, running a little bit. He's going to be right in the pit. I think he's running third, right, number 3, which he'll be the second bouncer to go right behind Wade Good, which obviously will be exciting to see Wade right out the gate, see what he does, the big bouncer. He had some issues yesterday with the side-by-side. It was kind of got a little squirrely in the course. Our kutsu, our trap up there, as you were saying. Definitely hooked a few drivers.
So poor Wade, we haven't seen him race UTVs all year. He's been focusing on the bouncer class, but he came back to race for Clint Garrison yesterday. Yeah. And didn't have as much good luck, with that. Yeah. But that's okay because he was saving it all for today.
Yes, and
again, that's what that means.
If you have an issue, you would much rather have it in a class you're doing for fun versus when you're literally 1 point ahead of the entire field.
I don't know how Clint feels about that, but hey, that happens. Racing, anything can happen. Full drivers list this weekend. We saw a lot of our UTV drivers yesterday out here that we hadn't seen in a while this season. Everybody kind of came out of the woodwork for this one, so that's fun to see all those familiar faces back out here again. And similar for the bouncer class as well. And we've got Hitman back out here today. We haven't seen him since Windrock.
Yeah, I got to go to dinner with him last night, and Justin Wills, Hammond. And we talked a little bit, and his buggy, I think, is pretty much dialed in motor-wise. He has the suspension stuff. He's still going to get dialed in. On, I see him being a contender today. Yeah, he's excited. I'm excited to see what he does. I think he's gonna have some fun with it. I think.
Yeah, I hope so. Another thing about this park that we often mention is it's got the infamous wall, of course, the concrete wall, and then it also has what you can see that way.
It's like a weather.
Oh my gosh, why is this so hard?
It's like a
all of that
lady.
With the flags right behind my head. The replica of Cable Hill, the original Cable Hill, of course, in Grey Rock, Alabama, and we're not able to race on that anymore. We did years ago, and a lot of people tried their hand. It was a very challenging kind of rocky shoot, I guess. Steep, rocky, often had water coming down it. And, so they went and surveyed that, the actual original Cable Hill, and then came back and replicated it with like a concrete version here. And it's changed a little bit over the years as we raced on it out here at Bikini Bottoms, but we call it Fable.
Yes.
Fable Hill.
Yes.
If you are new to what's going on today and you hear us saying that, that's because it is a fake Cable Hill.
Yes.
We call it Fable Hill. That was a trivia question yesterday, was who named it Fable Hill? And it was me. So that's the answer to the question.
Bree's a bit
Actually,
of a rock
only
star.
one person guessed that, and I was really surprised. I thought everyone would be like, duh, you did.
If I didn't know, I would have guessed Bobby, just because Bobby has had so many epic adventures on Cable Hill and Fable Hill.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my guess if I didn't know better. So
fair enough. It's a good guess.
He's crashed a lot on both of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's done quite a bit.
Well, we need a new trivia question for today, then, Matt.
We do.
Start thinking.
All right.
Tyler Bradley
coming off the line there.
Off the line. We have officially started our day of racing here at Bikini Bottoms. This is our UTV Bounty class, Course 1. As always, they are running the same course that the big bouncers are also going to be on today.
So these little ladder bars are hideous. We hate them. And they don't look that hard, but once you have the kutsu on there, plus now they're wet, they like to breed. So they dropped some gallons of water on there this morning. So
just a few.
Yeah.
If I was RCV, I would sponsor this.
They're kind of shaped like giant Pez candy.
Yes.
Stacked up in there. And it's really hard to get the right perspective if you've never been here and seen it in person. But, you can tell by the difficulty that Tyler is having on them. These are not something that you just walk right up. We're calling it the Rad Flow suspension section today because all that suspension has to be working and on point. Unfortunately, Tyler is on his side. We will get him recovered off the hill. There's Cody Kaysen. Man, those Kaysen boys are fast up the hills.
They are.
Whether they're running or driving.
See
what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
I'll tell you what.
Good morning, Joshua Allman says, good morning, my favorite announcers. Aw. Cameron Zollers is watching. Merrill Hutchinson. Thanks for checking in here on Hillside Live. Make sure you guys are watching from that Rock Racing TV page so that Matt and I can see your comments and answer your questions. That's where we will be watching from. That's the Rock Racing TV media page, not the Facebook group page. Should be pretty obvious difference on there when you're looking for it.
God, to be young and dumb.
Be young again, Zach.
Greg Meadows says, hello from Paintsville. I don't know where Paintsville is, but hello, Greg, and thanks for tuning in. Everybody else, where are you guys watching from? Do we have anybody tuning in? I have no idea what the time difference is, but in Iceland,
yes.
I'm going to say they're at least like 6 hours ahead, 5 hours, something like
I think
that.
it's a touch more than I think it's 8, but
okay.
Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
It's definitely afternoon there. Do we have anybody checking in to watch the Formula Off-Road Iceland from Iceland?
And I heard they were going to send it to their pages as well. We were talking to Bess.
Yeah, they might not be watching on the Rock Racing
Yes.
TV page. I'm sure there's multiple options. Matt in Ohio. You are out in, what'd you say, Colorado? Cash LeCroy is on the line. Oh, check out that in-cab view. That is new as of yesterday.
Oh! Almost made it out the top.
He's out. And sideways. Get it done, Cash.
All right, come on, baby. That's 13 years of experience right there.
All right. I see some lights in the dust cloud there. There he is. You can see that picture-in-picture view of the cab right now. Cash is working hard in there.
Come on, baby. Oh, come on. We got to get that good bounce. Let's go. Let's go.
The in-car looks great there. You can't see much from the outside, Joe Dahl the dust, but the in-car looks pretty cool.
All right, he is on Fable Hill.
Y'all, come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. We got to get him up this hill. He doesn't work too hard. Like I said, he's 13 years old, so we only got a couple more years before he realizes girls exist, and we lose him forever.
We had Cash up here in the trailer talking with us a little bit yesterday after his run, and I was asking him, like, man, we haven't seen much of you in a while, Cash. And he told us a little story of how he got into some trouble and was grounded from racing for a bit.
We were actually talking about that last night.
That's right. You are only 13, aren't you? Glad to have him back out here with us. Cash always putting on a show and laying down some really great passes out here.
Yeah,
he said he brought Stan back as well. Bouncer. Yep. Man, Fable Hill just.
And what's crazy, we were talking last night, me and some other drivers were down there, sometimes wheelbase is a super huge thing. Like, you just can't, if you're a little bit shorter, a little bit longer, those are guys who trail ride. If you trail ride with 4 or 5 different guys who have different wheelbases, when you're out on the trail and you're wheeling, you can really tell guys who, if you know, some schools, the guys with real short bases do great, and the guys with long bases just can't seem to climb it no matter what. And then the very next trail or the very next hill, the long wheelbase guys may do great, and the short wheelbase guys struggle. So sometimes it's
oh, there it is,
out the top.
All right, he's up and over the Mickey Thompson Mountain. I think he's straight on to the finish line now. There it is.
Yes.
That's a 215.669.
That is our first time of the day. If you're just joining us, we are 2 drivers into our UTV Bounty class, Course 1.
So far, he is the fastest.
Cash had to work hard for that one.
I love the in-car where you could see everything he saw, but at the same time, what we could only see was just a dust cloud on the hill when it turned around. But there's Cash getting parked in his parking spot. Got Trip over there hanging out. Yeah. Drone's coming in all hot and steamy over here.
Hot and steamy.
Yeah. It's more like Bridesmaids. It's kind of a girly movie, but it's really funny.
All right, who's our next victim? Contestant.
Clyde said, who's our next victim?
I think that looks like Richard Hodges coming up to the starting line.
I think that's what they said.
The old shake and bake throwback. Richard Hodge.
Is this shake and bake?
I don't know. It looks if it's this. It looks the same
he
color
the new
scheme.
Owner?
You know what? I would concur.
Somebody out there knows the answer to this question. Thanks for tuning in with us here on Hillside Live, everybody. Make sure you're watching from that Rock Racing TV Media Facebook page so that we can see your comments and answer your questions. This is Richard Hodges on the line. I'm getting a yes from Matt. This is the former Shake and Bake buggy. I don't know what they call it now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see anything on there. Does that mean I get to make up a name?
Yeah,
we all know that I dearly love naming things.
Yeah, I love the color scheme on it. I said it looks just like Shake and Bake.
All right, Big Richard.
Here we go.
I love our drone footage, too. Go, 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 go. You can see a lot of guys hugging that top right-hand corner because you can actually get kind of up against the rail and really kind of use that to get some traction with.
It's just the axle, though. I think you're going to be fine.
Did he break an axle?
On this hill or anything, but you're going to make it.
I think we're getting word that the right front is broke.
Yeah. You need at least a 4x4. You can't get this with a 3x4. Y'all give it up for him. He broke a front axle. I wish somebody would have warned him.
And he did break an axle, unfortunately. We told you guys that Radflow suspension section, those the giant concrete Pez stacked up on the hill there is a really tough obstacle. I know it probably doesn't look like a whole lot coming across the screen to you right now, but
even in person you're like, oh, it's not that bad, and then you get on it, you're like, this sucks.
Like, oh, this was a mistake.
It is. And the thing is, they have, it's like,
especially in a UTV.
It's like, it's like a ladder. It's spaced out just a little bit, enough for a bouncer to kind of drop in, but not really get traction. And then every once in a while they have one flipped over, so it's smooth. So you'll be like rough, smooth, and then that little bit of flat section is smooth. We got Dan Carter coming to line here. And so it kind of teases you. You get about halfway up, and you're like, okay, things are going well, and then you hit this slick area.
Get you a hat, T-shirt. He's also got a hot old lady.
Dan Carter, Mr. Dan Carter from Dan Carter Racing.
Talked to Dan a little bit at the drivers' meeting, and he said he's been up since 5:30 trying to get things fixed.
What did he break?
Well, he said he was leaking some fuel, so they had to get some epoxy out and do some stuff
to the tank. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he said he noticed it on Thursday, I think, when they were here, and I'm sure it was kind of left over from Rush Springs.
Yeah.
So he said he got everything squared away, but he's also got some 35s on there now. And how did he put it? He said it's not going to be quite Danger Dan today. It's going to be more like, finish and not go too crazy out there.
Right here, you can see in this shot the sun coming through, and you can almost, if you hit it just right around, 10 o'clock-ish, the sun comes right through your lens, and you can literally not see anything in front of you. Again, you can see that in-car.
Yep, it comes blasting over the hillside.
It does.
And it's beautiful. It's a wonderful, beautiful fall day out here we're enjoying, but not super great for the visibility when you're out looking at the hill.
And again, it's a
that'll change pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Just give it an hour.
Well, and it's at 1, 2 o'clock. It's not too bad. By the later afternoon, it's not bad at all. The sun's kind of behind you, but in the morning time here, it totally stinks because you're literally like driving right into the sun. Look at him. Go, baby, go! Woo! Rock Life off-road wrap there, the old good wrench style.
Hey, we do have somebody in Iceland watching. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Helgason.
Yes.
Is the last.
I concur.
Thanks for tuning in.
I talked to Bessie, and he said that there were some of them going to try to tune in. We were asking.
We need to get Bessie up here.
Clyde was asking, do you want to port it to your pages as well, so that way all the Iceland crews can watch it on their pages. So that's kind of neat. We were going to hopefully get all the Iceland crew. I know later on today we'll be talking to a bunch of those guys. So.
All right, he's over that race line ramp.
You got to finish this track before the bike runs hot. Let's go.
Come on, Dan. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Cable Hill, just like the real Cable Hill, likes to tease you.
Yes.
And you kind of feel like you're making progress. And then you just reach this point about 3/4 of the way up where, like, all forward progress stops. And tires are just spinning. And then you start hopping a little bit. And you're like, nah, better not. And and then it's just all, like, clawing your way up from there or backing down and starting again.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Tease. Like, just when you think you're going good, it'll be like, oh, just kidding.
And then somehow, no matter what you're doing, you just kind of stay in the same spot. And tires are smoking and engine's getting hot and you're just not going forward.
You want it to so bad.
I'm having a lot of memories come back right now.
Yeah. Especially like in Cable Hill was very notorious for that. I think that's what kind of made Cable Hill so famous is, you got these guys when it's wet, they're on, 1,200 horsepower buggy watching it literally wide open throttle back and forth and won't go 1 inch farther.
All right. It looks like Dan's backing off.
I think he said the transmission's bad.
Uh-oh. So I have a picture, speaking of Cable Hill and trying hard, not going anywhere, back in the Juggy days.
Yeah.
So, 10-ish years ago. It rained. I was sitting, we were all lined up at the bottom, and it rained like for 20 minutes, like while I'm sitting there strapped in, ready to go, waiting my turn. And it was just this like sloppy Joe, muddy, nasty mess. And I was giving it all I had with the Juggy, and I have this picture, like the headers are literally glowing
orange,
red, and it was, and and I was just, I got to the certain point, and then I wasn't going any further, and everyone's yelling like, your headers are glowing.
And you're like, yes.
So we have a picture of that somewhere.
That's
poor Juggy.
That's a pretty epic picture, though.
Yeah, the poor Juggy. We tried.
Yeah. That's a pretty epic picture, though, to have glowing orange
I'll have
headers.
To dig that one up somewhere.
Man, you hate to see that for Dan. Again, Dan
do,
Carter.
Especially when you've been up working on it for hours and.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Everybody knows how that feels. It's no fun. Cooper Bentley is on the line. We have a question. 2 hours until Icelandic team. That should be about. That's what we're aiming for. How about I'll say that?
Yes.
I believe we were slated for around 11-ish to start, and it's racing and can't always stick exactly to the schedule, but that's what we're aiming for. We'll keep you guys posted as we progress through the day, so you can plan for watching. Colby Reich is watching.
What's up, Colby?
What's up, Colby? Good morning, Randy. All right.
Come on, Cooper.
Cooper is second in points right now coming into this weekend in the UTV Bounty class. And Dan was first in points, and now that Dan wasn't able to finish that Hill 1, if Cooper can, we might be seeing some things shake up a little bit here. It's a dog. Taylor's making comments. Oh, Cooper. Oh, Cooper. No.
Come on, land back on your wheels. Oh.
Wait.
Land.
Go,
yes, there we go. Woo!
Stuck the landing.
Oh, man. You hear the crowd cheering, too. That is awesome.
You see the way it's set up now?
Hey, no Dr. Pepper allowed up here. Cash LaCroix has a bad habit. I'm not going to encourage it, Cash.
Stay right there. We'll send help.
Oh, no. Cooper had one great save. This one's not going to happen.
Dang it. He was so close, too.
We've got Cash LaCroix up here hanging out. Get rid of that, Dr. Pepper. You don't need that.
No, I
it's
like
bad
it.
for you.
What's up, though?
What's up?
All right, Cooper is good. We've got the thumbs up. Let's go to a quick replay. Cash, did you know we could do instant replays on here?
I'd like to see mine.
Well,
we're a little too late.
That was too long ago.
Yeah.
It's not an instant replay anymore if it was a while ago.
Replay a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a later replay.
We'll see those on Facebook.
All right. Here's our replay.
Poor Cooper.
after that first roll and save, then to just. Oh, wait. Oh, this is the first one.
Which
okay.
is super awesome to see recovered there.
That's a pretty long ways to go. To keep your wits about you. Cash, I'm sure you've done this before.
I've hit a lot of concrete, so that concrete's pretty hard.
When you have a rollover and, you're seeing the dirt sky, and then all of a sudden you land back on your tires,
well,
and
really,
you realize
the whole time
you can go again.
You're looking for a spot to go.
Yeah.
While I'm flipping.
You're like, at what point can I gas out of this? Is it a little discombobulating, or are you just...
I don't even know that. That's a big word for me.
That's a big word. Is it like... Does it jumble you around in there mentally, emotionally?
When you hit a concrete wall, I mean, yeah. But, like, when you're flipping down dirt or rock, you're always looking for a spot to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't really mess with me.
It depends how fast you're going, too. Like, if it's, like, sky, dirt, sky, I watch, like, the dark shade of it so you can see how fast you're rolling. And when they start to slow down, then I just open my eyes back up and, like, all right, hopefully we can put it back on the wheels. And
I've gotten lucky, and I've never had any long barrel rolls, multiple like that. So,
I'm talking about just this, but like my short course, like if you reckon short course, you're like dead.
Yeah, you're done.
you do, yeah.
You don't just keep going after that.
If you're cartwheeling going 80 mile an hour,
yeah.
It doesn't end well.
It doesn't feel good.
The car's not going to usually come back together.
My car from Visions is still not together.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you get?
Visions 2021.
Visions 2021.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He said Visions. We're like, oh, that's been like a couple months ago. He goes 2021. Wow.
I forgot there was one this year.
Yeah. Wow. You messed up a few cars then.
I've messed up a lot of stuff.
Hey, it happens. We've all done it. That's part of what we do out here.
Part
Cash,
of learning.
I want to know about it. Man, it looked like you were working hard out there to get the finish that you got. This is a really long course, and it had several of the difficult obstacles of Bikini Bottoms all included in it, including Fable Hill. What did you think of that?
Never been up it in a UTV till now. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
You just get up there, you're holding it wide open, and then just trying to find a different spot to get momentum to go.
Have you been on the real Cable Hill? In Grey Rock?
I've been there.
That was before your time.
I was
You
there,
were just
though.
a whippersnapper.
I was like 3
He's
years
a
old
little
running
guy.
around
3
watching.
years old.
He was a little guy.
Just a little whipper.
Just a
Yeah,
little
you
guy.
would have been like 3 back when I was
Yeah.
driving the Juggy on it and stuff. Wow. That's weird. We're going to move on from that. Make me feel real old here.
So, about that.
Yeah, so Matt and I were talking about this Cable Hill and the real one. You kind of you're working real hard and you're getting your way to the top, and then you just kind of reach this point where you're not really going forward anymore. Did you feel like you had that happen out there, and you're still
That's
working
why I
for
kept
it?
backing all the way down because
Yeah.
I was trying to find a spot to be able to hit it differently to get momentum. And finally got it and was just holding it wide open eventually. Like, you'll be up there messing with the hill and you get mad at it and you don't really care anymore.
And you're like, something's happening. I'm going one way or another.
Yeah. So
And pieces are out the top.
just wide open on the floor.
Well, hey, it worked.
Yeah.
It's got the front tires
You're
on
the
that
only one that's finished so far.
I knew if I could get the front tires up it, I should be able to pull out. But finally got it to do that and got it, I guess.
What about the Radflow suspension section, this area where Cooper just rolled over, the giant concrete Pez
That's
candies?
also just a wide open spot. It'd be easy if they didn't water it and
Yeah.
drown the hill.
This morning, literally, like 10 minutes ago.
I was like, no.
We watched it all, just like everyone's standing around for the driver's meeting, and then this water just starts gushing
You just
down
hear
the
it.
hill
You're like, what is that? Oh, man.
like a giant water slide.
Yeah.
That was
coming down.
tragic.
That was tragic. Yeah.
And then, you were what, second to go? Third?
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
A second.
Second off the line.
Uh-huh.
Poor Tyler Bradley was
Wow.
first. Like, he's like, well, I guess here we got to go.
Somebody
Yeah.
got to do it.
Nobody showed up, I guess.
Pulled the line, you mean?
Yeah.
I think there was a little confusion because we normally start with the youth class. So they were all lined up ready to go, but
Yeah.
then once they put the water on the course and it pooled down
Yeah.
here where the youth is going to race, they're like, yeah, we better give them a chance to
Yeah.
let some of that dry out.
Let it
So
dry
then
out a
we had
little
to resituate everybody and get our bounty guys lined up. So I think that's probably what happened there. Cash, what do you think about the Icelandic race teams that we have? Did you see any of the testing tune last
Pretty
night?
cool. I'd be too scared to do it, so they're definitely got me there.
Man, they
It's
do some
crazy.
wild things in those
It's wild.
vehicles.
Yeah. Those hills are tall.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I can't wait to get him up here and talk about. The first year we were here, I really was super curious about the vehicle setup because it was kind of completely. They do kind of the same thing for us, but their vehicles are kind of set up completely different.
Yeah.
Although they
super small.
They're small.
Also, it's kind of they use a lot of the same parts we do, just in a kind of a different manner, And to see.
Aren't they like Jeep parts and stuff?
To see just how it works and how they have super low to the ground. They're super wide. They turn. They have literally 2 RCV ball joints basically fused together.
Yeah.
So they can literally have a double knuckle. They can almost turn the wheels completely 90 degrees.
Well, because they don't just go straight up the hill. They have to work their way through these like gates that are on the hill. These flags that are out there, if I remember correctly. Yep. So they're not just blasting for the top and hoping they make it. It's there's some finesse in there.
And again, you get points depending on how many tires you get through each gate. There's a whole system. He said we talked to him a little bit last night. He said, well, for this race, kind of since it's not our typical Iceland race, we're changing our rules a little bit for this just to make it more similar to kind of like what you guys do. So I think we're going to see more of like a hill climb type scenario.
Yeah.
And we watched someone playing down here. Some of those guys have big, big motors. And it was so awesome just to hear that thing just echo through the valley.
And the cars are so small.
Oh, tiny, tiny.
It's like blast off when they go.
I was laughing. I'm like, I like the paddle. And I can't believe how quick. I mean, they went from, they go to 100 feet. I mean, almost instantly. The car would almost jump. That's how fast it was. It was really neat to watch those guys play last night. So what's your favorite part of the course down here?
I really don't like it. I'm like, it's beating me to death.
I don't like it.
Probably the part where
you had some of the fastest times
the
yesterday.
Straight away to the finish line.
That's his favorite part. I love it.
What do you think about that ramp at the finish line? And it's like throwing everybody
I don't like
all
it either.
weird off to the left.
It was crazy.
I don't think anybody expected that.
No.
The first few that went yesterday,
airing out,
crazy.
and they were like on 2. Well, even the
poor Justin Hoback.
I was just gonna say his big car, like 4-seater. That's a big car to sit in the air that high.
Y'all see me almost die on it too just a second ago.
Like,
you got a little. You were excited. You were coming into the finish line, and
you're like, woo.
Yeah, I'll say you're the only one that has a time so far.
Who's left?
We got a few left.
Well, let's see. We've got Madison King, Alston Tidwell, Daniel Callahan, Nathan King, and Wyatt Wilson is who I've got on my list. I know Wyatt was still
Wyatt won't
looking.
be racing. He don't have his part.
Did he not get it? He still hasn't got
it.
it?
I don't think so.
Well,
I'm not sure.
It's okay. I'll give you permission.
I don't think he's ever going to be loaning out to D.C. again.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he kind of knew what was going into that batch, too. Like, it may come back, it may not.
Well, he's got a little time still.
Yeah.
He's got till the end of the class, so hopefully he's able to pull something together.
Okay.
We are going to run to a quick commercial, guys, while we continue to get Cooper recovered off the hill. We'll be right back.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Power-ply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ. What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right.
Okay. All right. I was trying to.
And we're back.
And we're back. Okay. We are live. We're back here at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park. We have had 4.
No.
We have 4 different side-by-side racers, or 5. Sorry, 5 racers that have went only one time. The rest of them have been DNFs due to breakage of some sort. We're not 100% sure what Cooper Bentley, again, was able to get back over the first time after the first wreck, then not able to get over the second one. Great watching them. Again, we had Tyler Bradley go, Cash LaCroix, Richard Hodges, Dan Carter, and Cooper Bentley. Cash LaCroix was the only one with the time so far. I believe we're getting somebody online. I think the Cooper has been recovered. Or
the Cooper?
The Cooper?
The Cooper.
That's a great name for him.
They got him off the hill.
Speaking of Cooper, I saw him playing around last night.
Did you?
Yeah. It was a good time.
What, you saw what?
Cooper Bentley on the hill.
What? Oh, yes. Should we save it as like a surprise?
We should,
okay.
But I am so excited.
Sorry, you can't know yet.
Yes, we'll save it. But
got to keep watching.
Yes, stay tuned. We got some events coming up soon.
I thought you meant at the bonfire, and I was like,
oh god,
he wasn't out there.
We can't talk about that on the live feed. I did post on my personal social media a video of that last night, just a little bit ago. So
shenanigans.
Yeah, I actually put a hashtag shenanigans in there.
Look at that.
That's because that's about what it was. Just
the word for the weekend.
And I told several people. I said, that's probably one of my favorite things to do is just come around, hang out, goof off. We were down here last night, and there was like 20 of us. We were eating some Chick-fil-A, and I said, like, there was like 23 of us just hanging out, watching guys race. And I told Bill, I said, this is one of my favorite parts of the night, just hanging out, goofing off. It's so chill. Everybody's having fun. Just enjoying just being here. That's like, having a good time. We're kind of normally be around a campfire here. It was actually watching guys. Some of the Ison guys were testing and tuning, and it was so much fun. And just
we always call it our race family.
It is.
And it's true. Everyone comes out here, and there's absolutely the competition, and these guys want to be on top of the podium at the end of the day. Speaking of competition, Madison King taking off, and she has been up on a podium so far this season in the Bounty class at Hawk Pride. But, yeah, that racing family camaraderie, we come out here and race and compete, drive their hearts out. But then at the end of the day, we're all around a campfire, making dinner together, just hanging out.
Eat and compete together.
Eat and compete. There you go.
Or compete,
what more do you need?
Or compete and then eat. A little 50. I usually a little too nervous. I don't usually eat much before breakfast.
Speaking of eating, we got to say thank you for our goodie box from the Heckley Bakery this morning.
They brought us a massive box of donuts, which were amazing. So we appreciate them. We had some of their donuts last night, or some of their brownies last night, which were awesome. We had donuts. Again, there was like, a couple dozen donuts in there, all different flavors and shapes. Look very pretty.
Looks like Madison King was having a little trouble out there, but she's headed up that Radflow suspension section now. Oh, no.
Wait a minute. Wait for it.
Wait.
Okay,
nope.
Right there.
Nope. She's
man,
she's
that's a crazy
coming back
wreck.
From that one,
and we'll check on her. We'll come back right after these messages and check on her. And we're back. Looks like they just got Madison flipped over. That was a super quick recovery. I heard the crowd cheering.
Yeah, that's a nice, easy one when they come back at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
Especially with the UTVs.
And like I said, you get two guys that can flip it back over practically, especially if you're sitting
That's her dad walking up the hill in the orange vest there. The King family, Nathan King, her brother, races as well. If you guys have not been watching long and are newer to the sport, the Kings are a great family. They're
Yes.
always fun to hang out with. I think Madison and Nathan are, I don't want to say like cute together because I don't know. People don't like, teenagers
Yes.
don't like being called cute. They're not,
They are.
Nathan's
They are,
not
though.
a teenager,
They
but
are.
they're very sweet together. They've got the, you know, the brother, sister. They cheer each other
Oh, yeah.
on,
Yes.
you know, and I think that's fun to see.
And they give each other pointers. They do a really great job. They'll watch each other run to see what they did good or bad.
True story. It's kind of sad. So we really got to get behind this guy.
All right, so Alston Tidwell is getting ready to roll. So far, Cash LeCroy, the only one to complete a run on this course. This is the UTV Bounty class. You guys are watching Hillside Live. We're at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee this weekend. We've got our Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class coming after this, and then our UTV Youth class. We've also got the Formula Off-Road Iceland race teams here today, so they're going to be doing their races kind of alternating with ours today.
We're excited. Again, we have a packed-out crowd out here today. We got tons of Easy Up set up. We had a shot from the hill earlier to show how big it was. Again, this is Alston Tidwell taking off here.
As I always say,
Again, he's got to watch 4 or 5 guys, so he kind of hopefully can come up with a game plan.
you know what?
He's kind of figuring it out. Again, like I said, the nice part is when you run 3 or 4 in,
Now back up.
you can kind of get a game plan there and figure it out. This is such a weird little hill too, because there's like the spacing isn't necessarily right. There's obviously a hole in the middle. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of dug out right at the bottom of
is.
the concrete as well. So in the UTVs especially, they can't really just blast into it. There's not much of a good ramp leading up to it anymore.
Oh! And again, it's every once in a while you have one of those smooth. Yeah, they turn one of those like bars upside down so it's smooth. So just about the time you think you have a good momentum, you catch one smooth and it'll pull your front end right or left, or if nothing else, just you'll lose momentum.
Okay.
You know, we haven't really seen any of the UTVs try and kind of ride up the far left or right, like the bank side.
Which we've seen a lot of bouncers do that before, kind of skim that right side or left side.
Oh, he's backing way up now.
All right, this could be an epic
Something's
run.
about to happen.
Yeah. Come on, go,
Come
go,
on,
go.
Oso! Don't let him.
Uh-oh.
Man, that concrete block at the top has been snagging everybody on that right side.
Strategically place the counterweight of that track hoe to catch you.
You're trying to back him up right to the edge there. You can see all the cameramen, safety workers. They back him up right to the edge and just say, hammer down. There he goes. He's out the top.
Well done.
Heck yeah. That is such a great feeling, especially when you're having trouble on an obstacle and you can get over it.
Woo! That was painful to watch. Good job. Turns out he just
All right, he's coming down that SCS step now.
Wow.
And that is a gnarly ledge.
We're not used to seeing the people come down it. Normally, y'all are headed up that, and I think we're going to see that today, too.
And we're not really a big fan of going up it either. Brandon Davis has rolled more there than any place ever since he started racing. He's like, I hate this thing. I said, there's an excavator right there. He said, don't tempt me.
Down the Yukon wall. All right, he's about halfway done. Okay, he's heading up for, where's he going? Oh, he's got to go over the race line ramp.
Ooh.
There's a lot to keep track of on this course. Keeping these guys on their toes. Now he's heading into Fable Hill.
I was thinking the same thing. I was looking at the course morning. I was like, and course 1 and course 2 are like the same thing, just different directions. So I'm like, man, this is going to be so confusing.
You can do it, Matt.
Because last course got a little lost.
There you go. Back up as much as you need to.
Before I lost
But that's not going to happen.
It's
not going to happen again. All right, stay with it, Alston.
Go, baby,
Come on,
go, baby, go, baby, go.
Man, that same spot.
It is.
Almost.
It's a lot of smoke coming out of there now.
Same spot, same spot.
Copy that. Copy that.
All right, the motor come uncrumped.
All right.
Fixed it.
Uh-oh. I got word where DC might be running today.
Not if Wyatt has anything to say about it.
Yeah. Wyatt's like, okay.
Okay. If he can hear you, to climb out the top.
All right, Alston's in a tricky spot. He's either going to have to back all the way back down and give it another shot, or really just let her eat here at the top, like Cash was saying when he was up here with us earlier. There's a lot of smoke coming out of there right now, though.
And I don't know if that's just because it doesn't seem like it's moving either.
Will it go in the race?
I see the course workers like want him to hand.
Yeah, we've got Colton up there, keeping a close eye on him.
Yeah.
All right. Alston is out of time now. Ooh, man, after battling his way through half of the course.
Man, that's a great view there.
Fable Hill claimed another victim.
And that's right, again, like you said, I think that's right where we've seen several other guys have issues, so.
We've got Timothy Bacon watching.
Timmy, what's up? Timmy's one of our famous. I'm trying to think of something honor to say to him. Like Timmy's one of our famous racers. You know that he used to be really good. Now he just watches his buggy. You know. I want to trash talk. Just
easy there, Matt.
Just because he's not
Don't
here.
Don't be starting something.
Just because he's not here. You know. So he's kind of just a big sissy. You know. He ain't really that tough. You know. For those who don't know Timmy, the entire Bacon family are all very.
I don't think there's any sissies.
There is very husky fellas. They will not. They are not afraid.
Not even the wives and the bacon bits.
It's true. It's true.
None of them are sissies.
I don't think any of them. Yeah, I would put most of the Bacon wives against most men on any given day. You know, like you got to be kind of tough if you're married to a Bacon. You know. They're great guys.
I love all Rebecca's Facebook posts.
And I know
she's always cracking me up.
And I know Little Tim and Bubba are both doing tons of stuff right now. They're both crazy busy guys. They got some cool stuff in the works, which I think we're going to hear about more later, probably next season. I know they got some rebuilding going on, chassis stuff, and they're working on some axle stuff. They got some cool stuff in the works. I see spy pictures occasionally from other people, and I talk to Bubba, but about once every couple months I'll chat with Bubba about some of the cool stuff coming in the works right now. But, again, we miss our Bacon family. They're pretty awesome people. I always went over and kind of goofed off and had a burger or a hot dog or whatever they're cooking, you know.
Sure, that'll be great.
All of Matt's favorite memories revolve around food.
It's true. It's true. We were trying to, me and Big Tim one time, Bubba was there, there's a couple of us, and we were trying to take this tire and see if we could bend over and fling it above our head. And I didn't think I was going to do it, but Big Tim was sure he could do it.
Sounds like a good way to injure yourself.
Yeah. I tried to get off the ground, and I couldn't even get off the ground. At that point, I probably should stop while I was ahead.
Were you really ahead, though?
Oh, yeah. No, it was not.
That's one of those just stop while you're slightly behind kind of moments.
There's a couple other guys around the camp that were saying they could do it. And I was trying to do it. I have a video somewhere.
You got some – you got a reply
man.
there.
Oh,
I told you don't be starting anything, Matt.
Oh, man. I tell you.
Wilton said I can bring my street Jeep and whoop you down.
Oh, I miss Little Tim. We love the whole Bacon family. They have a very, very special place in my heart. We appreciate them.
Shout out to Keith Toolman there at the top of the hill, always here to help with recovery, and all the rest of our recovery folks that are helping out, our volunteers. You can see the many, many yellow vests that are always quick on the scene when anybody needs help out on the hill. So huge thank you to all of them, as always, and all of our media that's out on the hill as well, making sure to bring you guys those awesome shots. They are working on getting Austin Tidwell off of Fable Hill right now. I'm not sure what the problem ended up being.
Yeah.
Why he can't. Let's see. why he can't back down, although it kind of looks like he might be trying to right now.
I seen him over there. They were wiggling the transmission.
He couldn't get it in gear
so I don't know if they just had to wiggle it or whatever. But
all right, guys, we'll be right back after this.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Try to start running some lines if you want, like get your introduction. Yeah. I know you say you do a couple takes. If you want to try and do it one, we'll try it. But
Give me we're going to do everything in one take. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be one take. It's going to be nailed it. Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag, is that what that is? There is a hashtag. Look at that.
All right, that was Dan Carter with hashtag nailed it. That is his highway to the hill. Again, that'll be dropping this weekend. It's going to be awesome. You guys don't want to miss that.
Yeah, Dan Carter's episode. Yes. I'm sure it's going to be pretty entertaining knowing Dan.
I have no doubt.
So you guys make sure to check that out. That's Highway to the Hill, the special project that is new for this season. Nick and Dylan have been working hard following around many of our season drivers and giving you guys a sneak peek into what their daily lives, their jobs, and the process of them getting ready for races and traveling to and from them, what all of that looks like, and letting you get to know the people, the drivers themselves, not just what they are when they're sitting in the vehicle, but as folks and what they do during their daily lives. So y'all check out those Highway to the Hill episodes, especially Dan's new one that's dropping this weekend.
Which will be awesome.
They've gotten Alston almost off the course now.
And we have Wyatt Wilson sitting in the starting gate.
Yay, Wyatt got it all sorted out. Glad to see that for him. Little Tim Bacon said we will be back in 2023. Just stay tuned.
And I know, I've seen some spy photos. I've heard some like whispers in the dark, back alleys.
Oh gosh, okay.
I've heard some.
Sounds serious.
I've heard some cool stuff. So
whispers in the dark.
I'll let them drop some knowledge, but there's some cool stuff going to happen. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch them guys roll out in 2023.
We'll be glad to have them back in action, that's for sure. And I can tell you that Wyatt Wilson is glad to be back in action this morning, too. Things were looking a little iffy there up at the campground earlier.
Yeah.
Trying to get parts back together. So looks like everything got sorted out, or hopefully anyway. We're also going to see Wyatt back in the big bouncer today. It's finally back.
Yes.
Put back together after a pretty epic, wild, crazy run at Hawk Pride a while back.
Which I am super excited to see.
Let's see how he handles the Radflow suspension section.
Wow. Flying right through
Okay,
it.
make it look easy.
Wow.
There's your in-cab view. The in-cab views are new as of yesterday, adding those into the show. What do you guys think? Should we keep doing that? Oh, no.
Go.
Way to
Oh,
save
my
it.
goodness. That is a long, long way down if you roll there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when we're kind of zoomed in on the buggy right now, but that's at the very top.
The axle fell out of the axle fell out of the diff is what we're hearing on the radio. So maybe it just, I heard the axle fell out of the diff, and it looked like at one point he was dragging something.
He's about to find out real quick if he's not in four-wheel drive here on Fable Hill.
Although Wyatt's the kind of guy, I think he's the kind of guy.
I wouldn't put it past him to still be able to do it.
He could possibly get it up there.
We don't call him Wild Wyatt Wilson for nothing.
Yeah.
We do call him that, right?
Oh, my goodness. He apparently told Clyde he's going to, quote, send it and not bring anything back. So, we're working. Yeah. Wow.
Colton, is he in three-wheel peel or what's going on?
Man, it's hard to tell with the dust and the sunlight. I'm trying to see if all those tires are pulling or not.
That in-car right there, the in-car, you're literally looking directly into the sun as you're trying to race up that hill. I bought my new helmet this year at the PRI show, or last year at the PRI show, and for this season, and I have a tinted shield that I bought for it just because it's so handy when you are running some of these sunnier courses. Go!
Come on, there it is!
Woo! Out the top he goes!
Nicely done.
Three-wheel drive. That is impressive.
Yay.
Heck yeah.
No, that's just the way they sound. It's okay. Who hadn't done
All right, he's got to get up and over the Mickey Thompson Mountain.
I forgot this part of the track was even in it.
Wow. That is awesome.
Two-wheel drive we just heard. Two-wheel drive on Fable Hill.
He
did miss the finish line.
He's like,
though.
wait a minute.
Come on, Wyatt. After all that, you got to cross the finish line.
Heck yeah.
He's just not real smart.
Oh, he's realizing how big that jump is. He's like, give him back a little bit more.
We love him. He's blind. That's what it is. Oh, he's blind too? He's blind and blind?
Woo! Out the top he goes.
Low self-esteem or bad eyesight.
188.782 for Wyatt Wilson. That's only our second finisher on Course 1 here in the UTV Bounty class, and that is the fastest time right now. Cash was our first to finish with a 2:15. Wyatt now did it with a 1:88.
Wow, 1:88. That is absolutely flying.
Looks like we've got Keith Toolman lined up on the. Oh wait. That's not right.
I would love that. You know, he'd have a decent. His time would be really slow, but he would never stop moving forward. He'd be like just out there crawling. He'd have a soda in his hand. He'd be waving.
He'd get it done.
He'd be waving at kids. You know, like he would just be out there having a good time.
All right, is this? Who is this? That's not Spencer, is it?
Okay. That was
All right, this is Spencer Grindstaff. He must have woken up feeling pretty good this morning and decided to take his chances at the bounty class because he is not on my list.
Okay.
All right, Spencer is running for Josh Allman's spot. I saw Spencer doing some crazy stuff on a pit bike last night. Maybe he can channel some of that Evel Knievel energy into this run. Looking good so far. He made it up and out of that Radflow suspension section. The Evel concrete Pez candies.
Little ladder. We call it a ladder. It looks kind of like a ladder, you know.
Yeah, but why would you call it a ladder when you can call it Pez candy?
That's true. But there's like a piece of Pez candy at the top you have to come down.
That's the singular Pez.
The lone piece of candy.
lone Pez.
She's like, that's the lone snacky snack out there. Just one lone piece of Pez. It sucks.
Right,
I hate coming down that thing.
He just dropped down the Yukon wall. Now he's got to go up and over the raceline ramp. And he's headed for Fable Hill.
Oh! Getting a little bit wild there.
About that one. That's okay. Go.
Go, baby, go. Trying to keep his momentum going with him. Come on, come on. That's going to be a quick time.
Wow.
Out the top.
Okay. Come on, Spencer.
Hurry up now.
He's over the Holly Hill, coming down around where that Shrek mud is. Oh, come on, don't tip there.
It's steeper than it looks, I'm going to be honest.
Wow.
Check.
I'm pretty darn sure we just got our new fastest time. 1:52.626 for Spencer Grindstaff, racing for Josh Allman's spot. That is the new fastest time right now. That means Spencer's in the lead, followed by Wyatt Wilson and then Cash Lee Croy here on course 1 for the UTV Bounty class. I think we've only got one driver left, Nathan King lining up there. Wow, Spencer just smoked that course.
That he was flying.
I wonder if it's dried out that much.
We'll find out when Nathan King gets ready to hop up there. If he goes up there and has a way faster time, we know it's definitely drying out and getting quick.
Oh man, so close.
That was really pretty for a second.
I hear Wade yelling for him.
He's broke. Well, maybe he was just down in that hole. It looked like his back left tire wasn't spinning.
Come on.
It may not have been if he caught that little side bar there.
Now just hit it.
He was playing on this last night several times.
It's definitely dried out heading out that top half of the hill. That was all solid mud earlier.
That's really good.
All right, I think that tire was just down in a hole when I saw it. Everything looks like it's working still for Nathan. Come on, down the hill. It's hard to tell from that point of view, but there's also some deep ruts above the Yukon wall, kind of between what we've been calling that one Pez concrete slab at the top. Just from years of racing, and then also the water that they sent down this morning. So there's some pretty deep ruts, and you could kind of see Nathan fighting with his steering wheel coming down because you want to stay in those in the UTVs.
Go, baby, go.
Blasting up Fable Hill. Those RCV rocks, if you will. Over that Holly EFI hill.
Come on. Hurry up, let's go. Over there.
He said, Jackson, over there.
All right. Is he going to beat Spencer's time, though?
I don't know.
Nice.
Let's see what it says.
Wow.
Woo!
112.609.
112.609. That is definitely your new leader for course 2. Oh, and we are not done yet. It looks like DC did get himself down here. Safe to say the hill is definitely drying out since this morning when all that water got dumped on it.
DC Thompson. He's either going to lay down the fastest time or his buggy's going to break.
Mike Grindstaff saying the super grip tires are what Spencer owes it all to.
Yes.
With a broken buggy.
So the fastest time right now is Nathan King with a 1:12, then Spencer Grindstaff with a 1:52, Wyatt Wilson 1:88, and Cash LeCroy with a 2:15. We do have to give Cash props for being the first one to complete the course. And we've had just as many DNFs as we've had finishes.
Yeah, we had 4 finishers and 6 DNFs right now. That's incredible.
It may or may not start. Last night, he drove all the way back to the house, put a new transmission and a new front end and front diff and A-arms.
All right, looks like they're doing their last-minute safety check for DC on the starting line. If you guys are not that familiar with the sport, first of all, welcome to the National Rock Racing Association. Thanks for joining us here on Hillside Live. And we always do a safety check on the starting line. We've got somebody designated down there for that. Usually Jack Porter.
Yep.
We've got, let's see, I see Justin Hoback down there right now. And we've got Gary, and we've got definitely a handful of people. Somebody's always designated to do safety checks, do the last minute, make sure all the belts are tight, Han's device is connected, everything is the way it needs to be before we send our drivers off the starting line.
Ooh.
No, that ain't it, DC.
DC had some trouble yesterday.
He did.
He broke something just pre-running, just trying out the course before the race even started. And I believe it was that A-arm that he borrowed from Wyatt Wilson.
Ugh.
I don't think he finished either course yesterday, did he?
No, he broke something, I think, on the first one, and then the second one he just kept
Something's wrong with the motor
knocking
or
out
something.
of gear or something.
Yeah.
Go, go, go! There we go, out the top.
Navigating those ruts that I was talking about in the middle of the hill. He's down the Yukon wall. Over the raceline ramp. All right, if he can make it up Fable Hill. Straight on to the finish line. Wow.
That was quick.
The throttle control, and he just crawled right up it. This is looking like a pretty good run for DC Thompson.
It's smooth,
I wasn't sure what to expect from him after all the troubles that he had yesterday.
And it's had just a super smooth run overall.
Glad to see that for him.
Woo, yeah.
It's always nice to end the weekend on a finish.
Wow.
121.563. That's his second place time for course 1 for our UTV Bounty class. That means Nathan King had the fastest time with a 1:12, then DC Thompson with a 1:21, and Spencer Grindstaff with a 1:52. Wyatt Wilson and Cash LeCroy rounded out our top 5 finishers there, guys.
He said, move back, jump back. I'm going first. I have no idea.
All right, that completes course 1 for our UTV Bounty class. You can see it up there on the screen, our leaderboard. We are ready to move into the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class. The bouncers are going to run the exact same thing that the our UTV Bounty class just did.
I hope he sets it high. It's going to be a good day of racing. Good day. We good? Taylor, can we go? Yeah, go.
All right, Wade Good is on the line. Clock is hot.
Wade Good.
All right, here we go.
Little bit of a difference having a bouncer on the Radflow suspension section.
A 43-inch tire makes a big difference.
Just a little.
Again, taking his time, being careful because that is such a steep, long hill, but at the same time, the big bouncers, since they have a lot longer shocks, a lot bigger tires, you can be a little more rowdy coming down.
Hey, as long as you're not afraid to stay in the gas on your way down, I think we're going to see some people totally bombing it.
I think we will, but later in the day, I think we're going to see some guys absolutely flying downhill. Taking his time, being smart about it, using that rear steer to come out there.
Oh, he's not taking his time at all. We got 4th place.
He is hauling now. Woo!
And through the finish line. That's one way to start things off here. That's a 7:0.540 for Wade Good.
Wow.
That was our first driver for the Brannick Bouncer class. We've got Spencer Grindstaff joining us up here. Spencer, you had a 1:52, a 3rd place time on Hill 1. What do you think made the big difference from the from Cash and then we had so many DNFs? You think it just dried out that much?
You know, Cash, he said that it was a lot wetter whenever he did it, but I'm pretty sure he's full of crap. And I just did it better.
It does look like, well, you did an awesome job, that's for sure. It does look like the top of the hill has certainly turned into just dust now instead of the mud that it was this morning.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But it'll all even out when we switch from odds to evens and evens to odds on Hill 2. Trent Radcliffe out on the course now. We didn't need that flag anyway. Easy does it, Trent.
He did get a flag there, though.
He snagged one, yeah. I saw
that. Trent might be out for a little bit of, I don't know, revenge against this course because Bikini Bottoms last year was his first time driving Sucker Punch, and he broke right off this first drop-off, which it used to be much more severe drop-off. They filled it in a bit this year. Right out the starting line. We all hated to see that for him, so he looks like he means business this time around. Trent's been racing Sucker Punch most of the season with us. Definitely tell he's getting more comfortable in there. He went from racing in the UTV class, moved on up to a big bouncer.
Play in the mud hole. That'll help.
Looks like it's smoking just a little bit, but it's bouncing well. There we go. Getting lined up for that next downhill section. Again, you can see the Holly EFI banners going right through there. There we go, getting lined up. That's a steep drop. I know you can't see it, but there's a extremely steep drop-off over there. Splashing through the mud and then rounding out the last home stretch.
Oh!
Yeah, it doesn't. I think he splashed some water up on that motor.
Definitely was not running right there at the end.
112.325 for Trent. Glad to see him get a finish out here at Bikini Bottoms, that's for sure. We have, I'm not going to try and pronounce it the way that he did, but Aaron Svensson.
Yes.
All the way from Iceland, one of our Formula Off-Road Iceland race team drivers. He is joining in the fun in the Brannick Motorsports bouncer class this time around. Is this the first time we've had one of the Iceland racers in the bouncer class?
I think a few years ago we had one join in with us.
It's been a while.
It ran a smaller tire, like a 32 or 35-inch tire, but they ran with us.
Well, it's been 3 years since we saw these guys at all out here at Bikini Bottom, so absolutely glad to have them back here in this year and be able to come back and combine their race series with ours for this event. Super fun to watch. They're all great folks. It's been fun to get to talk with them a little. I'd like to get Bessie up here at some point, and maybe Elva. I don't know. We'll see. I know they've got all their racing going on today too, so lots going on here at Bikini Bottoms, guys. I hope you can catch a lot of it here on Hillside Live, or if you're somewhere in the area, we're at Dyersburg, Tennessee. Come on out. There's a whole day of racing still ahead.
And tomorrow.
And, yes, thank you, Spencer. The Formula Off-Road Iceland will also be doing many of their race hills tomorrow. I think they're doing half of them today and half tomorrow. We will complete our NRRA racing today as usual, but there will be more of the Formula Off-Road Iceland racing happening tomorrow as well.
queer.
Matt, are you going to be here for that?
I will be.
All right, so you guys will have a familiar voice.
We'll do some bilingual announcing, broadcasting for the
if you're able to watch that,
for
everybody.
the Iceland crew. I'm excited. Tonight they're going to do the skimming the water, which I'm really excited to see. That's always fun. They're fixing a flag while we're waiting on Aaron on the line. This is Aaron Ince. Squinson is his Icelandic name, they said. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll just Aaron. We're going to stick with Aaron. Aaron.
How did he say it? I can't.
It's pronounced like in Icelandic, it's like Aaron, but
that was definitely not how he said it.
It was. I had him repeat like 9 times, and they said
like,
they finally.
Aaron Ince Svensson.
Yes, and then they finally just said Aaron. I'm like, oh, Aaron, we know that. We have an Aaron.
I can do that.
We have,
I can do that.
It's like Aaron, Aaron.
And we're going to see how the Icelanders.
Billy Wade had a 70.540.
He's got groove. They ran yesterday with these tires, and they came back and grooved him, and they did a lot better after they grooved him. He was tuning lights. Is roaring. I cannot wait to hear this dude on the hill.
Do we know what they call this?
I don't.
This car?
I talked to a bunch of guys this morning.
Wow, that thing sounds like a mega truck.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
These are also about anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 pounds, so they're a little bit lighter bouncers. Bouncers are usually anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000. So to see a 2,800-pound car, usually they zoom up a little bit quicker.
Oh,
go.
Keep going. There you
go.
go.
That's squirrely. Again, that is such a long fall down. You hate to see a guy have issues right there.
Yeah, that is a very long way to the bottom.
Oh, dude, yes, I'm telling you. Like, looking down at that, you're just like, what? And he popped okay, it looked like he popped the tire up to be there for a second. Oh, yeah, it's flat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's going to make Fable Hill a little tricky.
It will be. Or maybe you'll get a little more traction with it. You never know.
Especially that side. It throws
Look at it.
Oh.
He's like, oh, I know how to turn with a flat tire. Whoa!
Nothing a little horsepower can't fix, right?
He's like, this is where I shine. Whoa, he is zooming down that hill. That is, the crowd is on their
so
feet.
Excited.
That is awesome.
I love it.
Wow.
There he goes. Woo. Well done. 102.107 for Aaron Svensson.
That's a
I think
quick
I just
time.
butchered that, but all the way from Iceland. You guys are watching the Brannick Bouncer class, but yes, we did just have a guest racer all the way from the Formula Off-Road Iceland team. That was an awesome run. We've had 3 drivers so far. This is course 1 for the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. We're at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee this weekend. We've got tons of racing still ahead today. We saw course 1 for our UTV Bounty class just take place. Now we're in the Bouncer class. We've got our UTV Youth class coming up after this, and then we've got lots of the Formula Off-Road Iceland racing happening in between. So you guys stay tuned. Spencer, you don't have to stay up here if you don't want to.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, it's the best view in the house right here.
I was going to say, it seemed like the UTVs were making Fable a lot easier this year.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 of those.
Did they put water on it last year?
It was wet last year.
Was it?
From the rain, yeah.
Oh, I did not see
it.
It all runs together. Oh, Matt. All right. Good luck, Matt. Have fun.
Who's the next guest?
Brandon Davis on the course.
I think Wade Good's walking over here to talk on live.
Brandon is sitting 4th in points right now overall for the season, but he's having a little trouble getting out the top of the hill up there. I can't see exactly what's going on between the dust and the sun, but there he goes. All right, I've got Wade Good and Spencer Grindstaff with me up in the trailer now. We're watching Brandon Davis out on the course.
Come on, Brandon, you gotta make up some time, baby. Let's go, let's go.
Wade, you had a heck of a run out here. Let's see what Brandon does on Fable Hill, and then we're going to talk about how your run went out here.
All right.
So you two you've walked Fable, you've driven up it. I've only seen it from a distance so far this year. Are there any major differences between how it was last year? I mean, has anything really moved around on it? Any of the concrete pieces? What do you guys think?
Well, I've never actually hit it in a big buggy until
That's
just
true.
now, so
Yeah.
it's different anyways. But
I'm pretty sure Fable can't move because it's cement.
The only thing I've noticed that's changed is on the sides. They had concrete.
Uh-huh.
Let's get Brandon's time real quick. That's a 105.167 for Brandon Davis, a third place time right now. Course 1 for the bouncer class. So you said Fable can't really move around because it's concrete, but it's not all one concrete piece. There's the slabs on the side are not connected, and I know in the past they've kind of shifted.
Yeah, that's the only
into
thing
it
that
all.
usually moves.
Yeah.
And, but it usually don't affect nothing because if it falls off in the path, they'll move it.
They move it back out.
So it's usually the same. The only thing that matters is when it's wet.
Spencer was saying that it had rained out here last year, and I didn't really remember. It's between all the years we've been out here, it's either super dusty and dry like this, or you got your your muck boots on, you know. So I hadn't remembered that about last year, but that definitely changes things out here at Bikini Bottoms.
This year is the first time a UTV's climbed that hill since 2019.
Wow.
It's rained every year here, and no one's ever climbed it. So pretty impressive to see 4 or 5 people. I don't know exactly how many climbed it in UTV class.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay Storts in Ford play. He just blasted up that Radflow suspension section. Not sure what Brandon got hung up on at the top of that hill
It's dug
earlier.
out really bad. Well, they let the water down right there, and it washed all that out.
I
so
gotcha.
It's just a straight up. You kind of got to jump out the top.
See, it's hard to tell from down here. Camera angles. We love having the drone and the in cab, but it still doesn't always give you the perspective on what the course is looking like in person.
And I honestly didn't know it was that bad either when I ran.
Yeah.
Jay Storts is making a good time.
He just made that look easy.
Up and over that Holly EFI hill.
Come back to the finish line.
Jay hates downhills. I don't know if y'all know him or not, but he cannot stand downhill. He looked at that part of the course more than anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's get his time.
That was a good time for Jay. He struggled here.
$84.363. That's his second place time right now.
But that's a really good time for Jay. He struggled this year getting used to that new buggy, but he's getting it figured out, and he'll be one to contend with when he does.
He's definitely learned how to drive that thing better.
All right, Wade Good is still in the lead with a 70.5, followed now by Jay Storts with an 84.3, Aaron Svensson with a 102, Brandon Davis with a 105, and Trent Ratcliffe with a 112. Randall Key out on the course now in that Undertaker buggy. This is his, I think, 4th series race with us, something like that.
He's raced a few Outlaws, and someone progressing, he has really came a long way.
You
in
can
them
tell
short races,
definitely that he's a lot more comfortable in it now. I mean, he raced Blaze and Rage for years, so
with
that's
nowhere
a
near that power.
big difference.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are watching at home and you aren't familiar, Randall Key is actually paralyzed from the waist down. He drives completely with hand controls, so everything he's doing in there, rear steer, throttle, steering, brakes, all of it shifting with hand controls. So
it's one handle. Yeah.
Multitasking to the max, and it's amazing. I know I can't do all of that.
No.
I can barely handle the rear steer and shifting in there.
Got a little off the side there, but he kept it under control. He's good to go.
He got it.
He's got it.
But so I want
All
to see
right,
my
Wade,
time and
thanks
talk
for
a
hanging
minute,
with us.
but y'all be good.
Good job out there.
I'll stick with you, Bree, for a few more
Okay,
minutes.
Spencer. You just like the view from up here. We got the screens on one side, and we can turn around and watch it in person on the other side.
Yeah, this is great.
All right, good run from Randall Key. Oh, airing it out. Whoa. 96.734. That's good enough for third place currently. Hill 1 in the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class. We are only about a third of the way through, if that. We've got Cash LeCroy on the line and stand back. We have not seen Cash racing with us in the Bouncer class in quite a while. I think he said that last year here at Bikini Bottoms was the last time he raced stand back, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what he said when he was up here with us yesterday. At any rate, it's been a while, so glad to see him back out here in the Bouncer. He's already had a go at this course in the Bounty class. He was the first one to complete it in the UTV Bounty class. Let's see how he does now in the Bouncer. Spencer, what do you think?
From the videos around their compound, he's got this buggy a lot dialed in. He's definitely been testing it quite a bit over the past month.
It's pretty quick on the downhill.
And just like Jay and Randall Key, Cash has also gotten a lot better in this buggy.
Oh, yeah. He said they made some changes to it.
They did a lot of shock work over the past couple weeks.
I can't remember all the details he said now yesterday. I think he said that it's 4 inches wider. And they did something to the motor. I can't remember. Everything kind of runs together when everyone's up here chatting with us. Safe to say whatever it is working for him, though.
Yeah, that was a smoking run for Cash.
70.430, and that is your new fastest time on course 1. Cash takes a year off from the Bouncer class and then comes back and lays down a time like that. What the heck? I could barely run fast when I was 13, let alone drive a Bouncer like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that means Cash, fastest time right now with a 70.4, and then pushed Wade Good with a 70.5 down to second place, and Jay Storrs with an 84. Those are your top 3 right now, course 1. Jackie on here. Jackie says he's been a little grounded, so maybe he's learned his lesson. It's going to be serious now.
Yeah.
Hey, he's seriously fast, Jackie. I don't know. Something's working for him out here. Brandon's time was a 105.167. Justin Wills on the line. Justin is 5th in points right now for the Bouncer class coming into this weekend. He's been battling it out back and forth. But, Brandon, Daniel, and Justin, that 3rd, 4th, and 5th place, they've been kind of swapping around and been close in points. There's a little bit of a bigger gap now since Rush Springs. But all those guys are in the mid-500s as far as points. And remember, at finals, which is our last race for the season, in about 2 weeks in Disney, Oklahoma, are 4 hills. So a normal race weekend is only 2 hills worth points. Finals, we double that, and it's 4 hills. So a lot can change as far as points go. That was a really smooth run.
Wow. Just behind Wade.
70.957. Wow, that's a third place time. We now have 3 drivers in the 70-second range. We've got Cash with a 70.4, Wade with a 70.5, now Justin with a 70.9. Holy cow.
It does not get much tighter than that.
And on a course as long as this one, that's what's crazy.
With the obstacles being as hard as they are.
I don't understand how it happens.
Yeah.
And so regularly. That just goes to show you the level of competition out here and how the drivers just push each other all to that kind of edge of just, I don't know, and right to the ragged edge, we'll call it. John Hammett in the Hitman buggy. Speaking of another that we haven't seen out here for a while, Hitman took a nasty tumble at Windrock earlier this season.
Darn, he got that flag too.
Glad to see John back out here. Hitman looks like it is fighting fit.
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't know about that sound though.
In fact, I do believe that he just put a bunch of Hall Tech stuff on this motor. Maybe it's a new motor.
All right, he's continuing down the hill. He did get a flag penalty coming up that Radflow suspension section. Who was our other driver that hit the flag? Was it we had another hit that same flag. Was it Jay or Randall? I can't remember.
All right, come on, baby, stay with us.
We'll update you guys if anything changes as always. All right, he's working his way up Fable Hill, or the Brannock Boulders, as we're calling them for today as well.
I'm pretty sure it was Trent Ratcliffe, right?
Was it Trent?
A flag is 10 seconds, correct?
Usually it's 30, but I don't know what it is for today. I didn't hear that during the driver's meeting, so.
Okay.
It was Trent that hit the flag, though. Speaking of, Trent's walking over here to the trailer. John Hammett just has to make his way to the finish line now.
He does have a flat tire, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely got a flat there.
Trent, you had a good time.
All right, he got a 169. 711. It's a 169. 711.
Taylor, I can't hear that. Could you confirm that for me, please? Between Zach talking and
That hurts my feelings.
all right, we got it. John Hammond 69.711, and we do have a correction, Trent. Sorry, but you know what happens when you hit a flag. Trent had a time of 1:42.325 with the inclusion of that flag penalty. But hey, you finished the course, and it's a heck of a lot better than what happened at Bikini Bottoms last year.
Yeah,
so,
last year I did
well
make it
done.
10 yards off the start line.
Yeah, vast improvement.
My buggy went into limp mode. I guess I sucked water into the filter. Did y'all hear?
Yeah, it wasn't sounding quite right after you hit that Shrek mud down there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I got another filter we're going to change out for the next race. Make sure it does.
How did it feel out on the course otherwise?
It felt good up until I hit a mud hole and it covered my visor and I couldn't see. All the way up Fable, I could not see. I could feel it for sure, but I couldn't see it.
Well, I'd say you did pretty well then, all things considered, especially if you couldn't see. You finished the course.
Yeah.
We're not going to – that flag, you know what? That was just in your way.
Yeah,
we didn't need that flag anyway.
I hit that flag.
Don't worry about that.
How bad did I knock the flag down?
I'm pretty sure that flag actually jumped out in front of you.
Oh, you took it down. Yeah, it was like, ooh, here he comes.
Yeah.
Get him.
Uh-huh.
That's what it looked like anyway.
Matt Holt on the line right now.
Take a look at all of these people on the hillside back here. Must be all the Icelandic guys.
Oh yeah, that's where they're going to be racing later. You can see the gates that they're starting to set up, the white stakes out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a shot of any of that, Taylor? There you go. So those are the Formula Off-Road Iceland race teams, and they're going to be racing as soon as we wrap up. Our hills are our Hill 1 for the bouncer class and then the UTV youth class. So they're out there prepping for their run. That's going to be fun to watch, so you guys make sure that you stay tuned for that as well.
I got to talk to one of them, the ones with Milwaukee, their service crew.
Okay.
And they have very, very strict rules like we don't like.
Yeah.
Almost like NASCAR, they have a chassis that they have to run, and every year that chassis gets changed, and they all have to change it.
Oh.
But anything that's on the outside of the chassis can be different. Axles, motor, transmission, but the chassis, it has to be the regulation.
Okay, I didn't know that. I knew that they scored their races a lot differently than we do.
And then,
speaking of, we've got Matt Holt out on the course. Matt was explaining some of the Icelandic rules to us earlier from his friends on those teams.
Did he bring up, too, unlike us, if you flip over and land on your top, even if you land on your wheels, you are out. If any part of the top of the chassis touches the ground, you're out for Iceland.
That definitely wouldn't work for us, would it?
No.
Especially me.
That would take some of the fun out of it.
Let's go, Matt.
All right, Matt. He's in that rad flow suspension section now.
There you go, Matt. Go, hold it.
I'm just playing with y'all for real. I can't take a straight face. Come on. Anyway, can tabs. We collect can tabs for safety.
Cody Kaysen up on the hill telling Matt to go. Launch it. Send it, Matt. Come on.
I did not see that coming. I'm just playing.
Matt did really, really what? Matt had a good run, first run at our last race in Missouri. A good, clean run.
And then he had a little trouble.
Yeah, a little trouble in a second. I'm glad he got his motor fixed or whatever was wrong with his buggy. I'm glad to see him out here running.
I know he's been working hard on it up all the way up through like Thursday night. He didn't get here till Friday morning. He was rebuilding the motor, transmission, and transfer case in about 3 days. So, not a lot of sleep for Matt. I'm sure there was a lot of caffeine involved.
Let's go, Matt.
Come on,
hey,
Matt.
Go, Matt, go.
Go.
Let's go, Matt.
No, don't stop.
He got scared there. He fell
Did
all four
the
tires
buggy
from off
quit?
the ground.
I think the buggy quit. It ain't running. Nope, the mighty.
It's hard to tell when you have the headsets on. Huh?
That's true. They are counting. Oh, he's back. You got back. Go, Matt. Oh, front end ain't pulling. Looks like he broke. Oh, Matt, hold it down. Straight on 4.
Man, I'm okay with you rolling over. Just do it somewhere it's easy to recover so you won't take a lot of our time.
Foreign transmission. It looks like he broke his transmission or his T case. Transfer case.
Is that what that puddle under there is?
That's what they just set up there on the hill.
I had to take my sunglasses off, and then I could see a little better. Oh, Matt.
Matt can't catch a break.
Man, he gave it a heck of a go out here on this rad flow suspension section, though.
What's going on, Greg Meadows?
We got to give him props for all the hard work and effort that he puts in to get to these events and for his commitment to be here, not only to race, but also to do the show and be here on Hillside Live and help bring you guys all the action at home. So definitely huge props to Matt for all of that. We are going to run to a quick commercial, and then we'll be right back.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Try and start running some lines if you want, like get your introduction. Yeah. I know you say you do a couple takes. If you want to try and do it one, we'll try. But
give me we're going to do everything in one take. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be one take. It's going to be nailed it. Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag, is that what that is? There is a hashtag. Look at that.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
Try and start running some lines if you want, like get your introduction. I know you say you do a couple takes. If you want to try and do it, one we'll try, but
give me we're going to do everything in one take. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be one take. It's going to be nailed it. Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag is that what that is? There is a hashtag. Look at that.
All right, guys, we're back, and there is a sad image of Matt Holt's hyperactive buggy getting recovered off the hill there. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
They're working to get him off the hill, and in the meantime, I have got Dan Carter with me here in the studio. And we are going to chat with you guys about some of the stuff that Dan has been up to. So we mentioned it earlier, so I'm going to start with this. Your Highway to the Hill episode is coming out this weekend. So tell us a little bit about that and the experience of filming it and having Nick and Dylan follow you around, whatever you guys did. Tell us about that.
Right. So the Highway to the Hill just follows some of the seasoned drivers, and it kind of gives you a backstory about the seasoned drivers. And each episode is totally different, and that's what I like about the filming process, and that's what I was trying to explain to the guys, that I wanted this to be something totally different and exciting for these guys to do, and I wanted everybody to be mutually as excited as I was about it. And they came in on Wednesday, and they basically moved in with us. Like they said, hey, we can get a room, we can do whatever. We want to work around your schedule. And I was like, man, I just took off work. We're good for for a few days, whatever you guys want to do. I wanted it to be kind of let your hair down type of deal.
Yeah. And
them come in and us, kind of talk about what we do for a living, and then what we do for our hobbies, and then what we do. How we grew up, and kind of get the driver's story to put out there, because all of us guys, even though the sport is, full of such camaraderie,
we all come from a lot different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And
I think it's fascinating. All the totally different backgrounds, the different lifestyles, and being from all over the country, and what you guys all do for a living is, just varies so much. But and somehow we all ended up in this, same sport together.
Right, and it's crazy that we've got friends that are more like family that are 10, 12 hours away from us.
So I just have to point out that Matt is still in there.
I am a big Matt fan, and this hurts to see that.
That is sad.
Because usually that is us.
He's waving.
Yeah.
He's waving to keep from crying right now, guys.
He said, "Call me."
Oh, bless his heart.
But no, Matt's a good sport about it. We give him. Give him a hard time from time to time, but he's a super good guy. But the Highway to the Hill deal was pretty neat, and we finally got to watch the preview of it last night, and I believe that they're going to try to drop that Sunday or Monday, so it's coming up fairly quickly.
I'm excited to see it. Knowing you, Dan, I'm sure that it's going to be entertaining,
right?
And I think it's going to be good fun. So you guys make sure to check that out. Do you know where it will all be posted? Is this YouTube? Is it Rock Racing TV?
I believe that it's going to be cross-posted across all Rock Racing TV, the YouTube, Instagram. I'm sure there'll be tidbits of it on TikTok, things like that.
All right, so the main thing for you guys to look up is Rock Racing TV, and you can look for that new episode from Dan Carter, Highway to the Hill. All right, who do we have on the line here? Who is this? Oh, I know who this is. This is Cooper Bentley in a full-size bouncer. This is the first time we've ever seen Cooper racing in a bouncer.
Right, this is Cooper's debut in a big bouncer. Let's see how he does.
I saw him last a little bit, and I was like, jerry rigged. Well, we haven't seen that in a while. Like, who is this? And so I was excited to see that. Literally I think our last race at Rush Springs, I was thinking like Cooper would be a fun one to see in a big bouncer.
Right.
And then somebody told me that he got this one. So
he's going to smoke this hill.
Look at it. He just did smoke that first part. Wow.
Cooper's been studying this hill and getting some seat time, and he's
ready.
Doing very really well so far.
All right, we call that the concrete Pez candy at the top. Dan, I don't know if you've noticed the resemblance between those concrete pieces and a Pez candy.
And that's about a 6-foot drop off, and it's not.
It's the cameras don't ever do justice to the hills and the steepness, even things like the ruts.
Right.
Or how something like at the bottom of the concrete on the Radflow suspension section, how it's kind of dug out there. It's hard to translate all that into video. That's why we like getting you drivers up here to tell us what it feels like when you're out there driving. Man, Cooper just flying up the Brannock Boulders, that Fable Hill there, up and over the Holly Hill. Cooper's been racing in the UTV classes with us for quite a while now and doing an awesome job. Cooper is one of our younger drivers as well.
And Cooper's a good guy. He's very humble, and he loves the sport. And for this to have been his first actual race, he did very well.
Well, he just put down an 8.7.913, and that's an awesome time on this course. So, well done, Cooper.
Good job.
He's definitely going to be one to watch in this in the bouncer class now.
As he gets more and more seat time, he is definitely going to be one to keep an eye on.
Is that John Campbell? I think it is. It is John Campbell on the line. So, Dan, I don't know if you've noticed, but this weekend we've got all kinds of drivers coming out that we haven't seen for a while, and the UTV class, and the bouncer class. So it's good to have our nice full driver list and see some of these faces and vehicles we haven't seen out here in a while. John Campbell just totally smoked that Radflow suspension section.
Right. John is one to keep an eye on as well.
Glad to see that Taz buggy is still going strong. Haven't seen it in action out here in a while.
Right. And it's funny to see every driver's different approach on Fable Hill. It's actually one of those hills that it sounds wild, but I think the faster you hit that, the smoother it is.
That's what Matt was quoting Bobby Tanner earlier and saying that, and he did just tag a flag.
Right.
All right, so he didn't run the flag over. A rub is okay as long as they don't actually run it over, just so you guys know.
Right.
The nuance of the flag rule.
And the reason the flag rule.
78.825.
Good run.
Good job, John Campbell.
The reason they're talking about the flag penalty on the radios. So the reason there's such an ordeal about the flag penalties is because you get docked so many seconds.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds.
So that's
a lot.
That is a big deal when it comes down to us racing and being close. Is like 10,000ths of a second from in the time scenario. So 30 seconds is a big deal.
And there's two main purposes for the flag penalty. The flags are put out there, A, to mark the course and make sure everybody's running the same course and nobody can cut out any part of an obstacle that they're intended to, go through or go over or whatever. And also for safeties, many of the flags are put in areas where if you don't go around it or stay where you're supposed to, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get too close to, cameramen or spectators, depending on what park we're at and how it's all set up. So it's both for safety and also to make sure that everyone is running the same course the way that it's intended.
Right.
And there's no course cutting going on anywhere. So that's the purpose, and that's why it is a steep penalty for the flags. And there are a couple kind of nuances in there to, what actually is going to be penalized. Tim Cameron out on the course now. The time to beat is a 70.4 put down by Cash LeCroy. Is Timmy going to beat that? What do you guys think?
I'm thinking Timmy's going to be 68.
68 would be a really smoking time on this course. I wonder how many times Timmy has been on the actual cable hill at Grey Rock.
That would be an excellent trivia question.
That would be, except I don't know the answer to it. I
don't
can't
either.
Ask everybody. Does anybody out there watching know somehow how many times Timmy has been on the real cable hill at Grey Rock, Alabama?
I would be willing to bet that Timmy doesn't know either.
Probably not for all the years that we used to go out there.
Right, and Timmy's a big trail rider as well.
I think Timmy just put down like a 67 something.
Good call.
67.753. Wow. That is definitely your new leader here at course 1 for the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class. That means he just pushed Cash LeCroy down to second place right now with a 70.4. Wade Good with a 70.5. Those are your top 3 right now. Wyatt Wilson on the starting line, and the second time we've seen Wyatt in a big bouncer. He had a pretty wild run at Hawk Pride, did some damage.
Right.
I'm glad to see him back out here.
And Wyatt actually just finished filming. Well, they're actually still filming today, but this evening we'll wrap up his filming for Highway to the Hill.
That's right. So you guys will be able to get that kind of behind-the-scenes glimpse into Wyatt and his life and more about him once that Highway to the Hill episode airs. If you're wondering what they're doing right now, they're putting that in-cab camera into the bouncer so that we can have that view during Wyatt's run.
So we have been talking about having some in-car stuff for a while, and I pretty much begged Clyde in Missouri. It's like, Clyde, we got to figure this out.
Are you the one that we can thank for having the in-cab view?
I'm not going to take all the credit for it, but
we'll give you at least some of the credit.
I talked to him, and he was like, man, we're looking at mega money to do that, and I don't know what Clyde did, pulled some strings or whatever, but I'm glad to see it.
I can tell you what that thing is. It's a drone without the blades
right.
on it. It's
and
a drone camera.
He said he had some ideas.
They're zip tying it in there. Hey, where there is a will, there is a way, and they found a way.
And I'm stoked to see this because it gives a lot of the people an idea of what it's like to be inside the cab of a race car and how violent it is.
Yeah. You can see, the shifting, the rear steer,
right.
everything that's going on in there, the heads bobbling,
right.
all those things that you don't realize, when you're just watching from the outside. Or even when you're racing yourself, you don't know what you look
right.
like when you're in there, and you go back and watch it later. Have you ever done that with, GoPro videos, and you're like, wow, that was kind of violent?
Right, and that's something I try not to do because I was listening to my Highway to the Hill, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but I could tell, right off, I got to go ahead and claim it. You can tell I'm from Alabama. It's like that is just.
You just got to be proud of it,
right? And we are, but it's a good thick Southern accent that I'm proud of.
I think you're in the right place for that, Dan. Speaking of places, we are in Dyersburg, Tennessee at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park this weekend. You guys are watching Hillside Live. This is SRRS number 3, our final series race until we get to actual finals.
Right.
Our final season race in a couple weeks at Disney, Oklahoma. So we have our season is 10 races total, split up into our Central, Northern, and Southern series. 3
right.
of those each makes 9, and then our finals counts as our 10th race of the season.
Right.
So this is our 3rd Southern race.
And this will wind up this portion of the sectional races. And then we'll be going into finals, and then finals points, from what I'm understanding, counts doubles point-wise. So we'll actually run 4 hills.
We have, 4
instead
hills.
of 2 like we do at a normal race.
So it's things have been known to get shaken up pretty dramatically at finals because
right.
of all the points that are on the line, double what a normal weekend race is.
Right.
They're finishing getting Wyatt ready. They got that camera in the cab, it looks like. Oh, we got a little bit of a sideways view there.
But you can check out the in-car.
So far, so good.
Good vibes to Wyatt. Come on, Wyatt. Here he comes too, Matt Holt.
So apparently, word on the street is that this is Wyatt's last race that he plans to compete in for the year. So he's here to have a good time.
Right.
If something gets tore up, well, oh well.
That's right, and Wyatt is not afraid to scratch it up. And out the top, Wyatt just made that look easy.
Wyatt's been racing in the UTV class with us for a few seasons, and this is only his 2nd race in the Big Bouncer.
It is.
Ever, and his first was at Hawk Pride a couple months ago.
Oh,
aired it out.
Good job,
through
Wyatt.
the finish line.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm going to give Matt his seat back. I'm sure he's dying to tell everybody. I want to hear the time.
Yeah. Where's our time? We got a drone down. The suspension is killing me.
Hey, Clyde, what's the time? They're talking on the radio about some flag or drone or something.
No flags. No flags.
85.512 for Wyatt Wilson. Heck of a run from him. Glad to see him complete the course
I am too.
in the bouncer class. Dan, thanks for coming up and hanging with us.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I'm going to stock up on koozies, and I'm going to go throw some out.
You're going to go get some giveaways.
Stickers.
You're about to be a very popular person out in this crowd.
I will get you whatever you need, buddy. All righty. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Dan. Dan Carter, everybody. Make sure you check out his Highway to the Hill episode in just a few days. Daniel Heckley out on the course now. Daniel is third in points right now for the season coming into this weekend. You guys are watching Course 1 in the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class. We're a little over halfway through.
That thing is a beast. That's all motor, big block power, hell bent, killer. Oh yeah, he's coming down like a bomb.
Man, Daniel tearing it up out there. Spencer and Wade were up here with me earlier, and we were talking about the difference in Fable Hill between now and last year, and I hadn't remembered, but it was raining last year.
Yes.
And I think Wade said none of the UTVs made it. But,
yes.
Oh, the bouncer's definitely making Fable look pretty easy today. 70.890. I think that's our fourth time in the 70s so far today. Holy cow. Let's do a quick rundown. Tim Cameron's still in the lead with a 67.7. Then, oh boy, I'm going to have to look through all my 70s here. I believe Cash LaCroix with a 70.4. Then Wade Good with a 70.5.
70.4 you said for Wade Good?
No, 5 for Wade.
I'm trying to listen and write down catch my sheet up here. Is that Dex Browder out there?
Looks like it. We saw Dex racing in the VIN class yesterday, having a good time.
Come on, let's see how he goes down.
I'm going to wipe my screen off here. The amount of dust is unreal down here right now. We got Dex Browder out there. He did, like I said, racing in the VIN class, the stock vehicle class, yesterday.
Dex is a great driver, doing really good.
Man, that's going to be a good time, too.
Wow.
Holy cow. That is your new leader, Dex Browder, with a 6.4.521.
Wow.
3 seconds faster than Tim Cameron's time.
That is smoking.
What is happening? Dex in the lead with a 64, now followed by Tim Cameron with a 67, Cash LaCroix with a 70.4. Those are your current top three. I'm going to let Matt get a chance to catch up on inputting times right now. He's been out racing himself, and then we'll work on putting that leaderboard up for you guys. We've also got a guest joining us here in the trailer.
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Ole.
Say that again?
Ole. Yeah. Got Adam Coons jumping off the line there. And shake and bake. Wait, watch it whip around in that rear steer.
Oh, this isn't shake and bake. This is Riot.
Riot buggy.
He is racing in Scott GoForth's place today. Speaking of GoForth, this weekend's event is presented by GoForth Tires. So shout out to Scott and everything that they do for our drivers and our sport and our series. Huge shout out to and thank you to all of our sponsors, as always, for helping us do what we do here at the NRRA. Oh, a little bit of a sketchy entrance down there into the bottom of Fable Hill.
Wow, listen to that thing eat.
And he's out.
There goes number 8. These are the places he's fallen while he's driving.
Nicely done.
Hey, that's it.
91.955. That was Adam Coots racing for Scott Goforth. Looks like we've got Kenneth Cozine pulling up to the line now. Woo, Kenneth sure had a wild ride at Rush Springs Ranch in Missouri a couple weeks ago. He made it onto our Skinny Pedal nomination list. I hope you guys were able to go to the website and watch that compilation video of our Skinny Pedal nominees and vote for your favorite. Voting did end on Thursday, and Clay Kaysen was our winner from Rush Springs Ranch. As always, we will compile another video of our Skinny Pedal nominees from this weekend's racing, and we'll be posting that to the website. You guys can go watch the video and vote for who you think earned that Skinny Pedal award. Hopefully, Kenneth keeps all 4 wheels attached to the bad donkey today.
Last week, it was a very bad donkey.
Bad donkey threw a major shoe.
Yes.
Through the whole hoof. So far, so good for Kenneth, though.
This buggy right here has awesome ground clearance. It's got a boat hole design, a V-bottom. It's got the really easy.
Man, Fable Hill is not putting up too much of a fight for the bouncer class today like it did for our UTVs. I think being bone dry definitely makes a difference.
I agree.
There are 2 things that can happen when you come to Bikini Bottoms. It's either completely dry, dusty, thick dust on the ground, or, oh, Kenneth, you're not there yet, buddy. Don't stop there.
Ugh.
Or
it's
it's muddy and you need your muck boots and it's a foot of mud on the ground. Those are the 2 extreme options here. There's no in between.
Yeah, I was
at Bikini Bottoms.
Unfortunately, like you said, there's no in between.
Oh man, he's so close. There it is. 1:08.470 for Kenneth Cozine. We've got Jack Porter on the line, and one of our last drivers to go. I think we might still have another 1 or 2 after Jack, but we're getting close to the end of course 1 here in the Brannick Motorsports bouncer class. Matt is still working on getting that leaderboard up for you guys so you can see where everyone stands.
Next up, we got one of the oldest buggies, if not the oldest buggy in the series, still running. Venom 2.3.5.0. Jack's done a lot of work on this. Jack Porter, one of the backbone main reasons that we're here today, works his butt off for the series, for the crew, and races Venom. The buggies, but Jack's a great guy.
Jack Attack Porter.
Come on, baby, looking good.
I feel like Jack and Venom Buggy have such a love-hate relationship. It's a very complicated relationship that they have. And I hope that they're on the same page today. Things are looking pretty good so far for Jack. They have a lot of ups and downs, Jack and Venom.
Yes.
There you go. Oh, no, not like that. Oh, Jack. Oh, boy. And he tagged a flag. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do the Raceland ramp, but I guess he did the best he could with that moment of decision-making. Getting a little rowdy on Fable now. I bet Jack has some stories from the Gray Rock Cable Hill. I know that Venom Buggy does anyway. What'd you say, Taylor? It looks like he does have a flat on that that back driver's side tire. Oh, yeah. That's not going to keep him from crossing the finish line, though. Another 108, 108.836. We just saw 108.4 from Kenneth Cozine. Matt, how you doing on the leaderboard over there?
We have. Does Clint Garrison? Did he run today? Or
Clint
is
he not here. I don't believe. I don't think he's got anyone running for him in this class. Taylor, can we find out who, if anybody, is left, please?
Okay.
All right, so that is it for Course 1 for the Brannock Bouncer class. Matt is going to get our leaderboard up there so you guys can see where everybody stands.
With an epic smoking time of Dex Browder, 64 seconds. Give me 1 second. Hang on 1 second. And Dex Browder had a smoking time of 64 seconds, and in 3 seconds faster than Tim Cameron, who came in second with 67 seconds. Cash LaCroix coming in third with 70 seconds. Wade Good coming right there with 70 seconds. Daniel Heckley coming in with 70 seconds. Justin Wills coming in 70 seconds. So we had 4 drivers, all with 70 point something. That's absolutely incredible to have 4 drivers, all that tight. John Campbell coming in, behind him 7th place. Jay Stewart's 8th. Wyatt Wilson 9th.
Do we have a leaderboard to put up on the screen? All right, we don't have one.
Cooper Bentley is 10th. Adam Kuntz is 11th. Randall Keith's 12th. Aaron, the Iceland guy that threw on some tires, came around with. He ran 13th. Out of 102, Brandon Davis 103. Kenneth Cozy 108. Jack Porter 108. Trent Cloud 112. John Hamm 116th. And me just broke the transmission, and it was kind of an interesting ride coming down. I heard the excavator slide a little bit. So,
nice.
Yeah, it was. Clyde said, "Was this scary?"
Yeah,
so,
we got you on camera swinging around in there.
Yeah, that was great. That's good times.
Hey, we don't want to ignore our guests that we have up here any longer. I'm sorry, you caught us at the exciting time of wrapping up the bouncer class.
No problem.
So, if you don't mind to introduce yourself and tell us what race team you're with, and you're going to have to pronounce the name again for us.
Well, my name is Ole. And me and my brother and some friends built the bomb.
The bomb race team?
Yeah.
Very glittery team.
Yeah,
we got to hang out with a couple of years ago when you guys were here in 2018,
2019.
Like
that, 18, yeah.
18.
And he sold the car.
Yep.
Prior for last season.
Okay.
So we haven't been racing anything yet.
Okay.
We're trying to rehabilitate that and build another one.
But we're keeping those secrets like hush-hush, right?
Yeah, it's very hush-hush. Don't tell anyone.
Nobody needs to know about that, right?
No. No. That's. I think it's quite public in Iceland that we're building something.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're on a scavenger hunt in the U.S. trying to find some parts.
Okay, so since you've been part of a race team and you guys have owned a car, explain the difference between like Iceland racing and what we do.
Well, it's back home. It's like 6 competitions per year.
Okay.
So, and you have it very tight here. It's like every other weekend or something.
Yeah. We do 10 a year, 10 with our race series, so quite a few races.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it's pretty the same. I mean, we had a really nice team, and we had everything put together, and it's a lot of travel.
Yeah.
It's a long distance back home in Iceland, but not as long as here.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah. How far do you guys travel from like where your house is at to a race on average?
It's like, the longest is like 650 kilometers.
Okay, which would be like.
Can you put that into how many hours you drive for?
Yeah.
That'd be like what, 800 miles?
That's how we do it.
I think the mile is what, 1.3
miles per kilo.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's like 800 miles ish, ballpark.
Something like that.
So
I'm not quite sure. I'm not very good in the miles.
Yeah, 800. 12 hours probably.
But then we have another one that's like 30 kilometers. So
30, yeah. So that's like 50 miles.
Yeah, it's home.
Yeah.
So
that's
like
not
a problem.
That's your backyard park. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're scattered around the Iceland area with competitions. But that's fun. We have good clubs out on the. On the longer short
yes.
like Akureyri is a very nice club.
That's awesome. This is Brody Pierman. He's racing. This is our youth class. Everybody loves to watch. We started our youth class this year to help get some of the youth involved. A lot of guys had kids, and they said, hey, they want to race too. Got the youth class out. This is Brody Pierman, one of Justin Wills' buddies, has a boy who likes to race. So we went to dinner with him last night and ate some Mexican, and they are having a ball. So likes to come out and race and have a good time.
Well, do you guys have anything like this in your racing?
No.
There's no kids
like
out doing anything like that.
But I think this is something that would work back home.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of kids on ATVs and motorcycles and stuff like that.
That's a 46.056.
46.056 for Brody Pierman. He was our first young driver out on the course today. We've got a great lineup of our youth drivers out here. Is that Clara Hoback I see on the line?
Didn't do a good job, and we're going to let him rerun.
Oh, it sounds like you got.
So you're saying you think that something like this could be a possibility maybe in the future?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
We have it like in rallycross. Are you?
Yeah.
Class?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but this is something we have to look into.
Who do you have to talk to about that? Is Booby the one that's in charge of race management?
Yeah, probably. You have to put them on it.
We gotta wipe the dust off the board.
Can we just change the course?
Do you have this much dust when you race in Iceland?
Okay.
Yeah, and one place back home, Eilstaðir, is quite bad.
Yeah.
But nothing like this, though.
And so, like, obviously, you guys have the volcanoes over there. A lot of yours is volcanic ash. So is it like bigger chunks like rocks, or is it small like pebbles?
Well, we have like the 6 places back home we race in. It's very different.
From place to place?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have, like in Eilstaðir, we have in one spot of the tracks, we have a very bad fine dust similar to this.
Yeah.
But then we have like much harder stuff, like in Hella, it's like sandstone.
Okay.
So it's like much better
like
to drive
gritty,
it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like regular dirt somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it is here. A lot of the terrain varies,
from place to place.
Of course,
different parts we go to around the country. 48.366. Is that what I heard, Taylor? That was Clara Hoback out on the course. Clara is second in points for the season coming into this weekend. That was a 48.636 for Clara. Tinsley Hoback on the line now.
Tinsley Hoback.
So we got 2 Hobacks racing back to back.
Yes, Tinsley and Clara are cousins,
I get a lot of questions about
and
our youngest racer.
they like to practice together when they're at home sometimes. I've heard some stories of like a little bumper car action, when one of them stops. And
I could only imagine.
So Tinsley has raced with us a couple times. I know she raced at Hot Springs earlier this year with us.
It's so cute to watch them get out there and race and have fun.
Our youth class is new for this season. If you guys are newer to the NRRA and just started watching, first of all, welcome. And second of all, this is our first season of doing the youth class, and I think it was definitely a great addition to the series. Like Matt said earlier, a lot of our drivers, this is a family sport, and as many of them had their kids out here anyway and wanting to get started driving something.
Yeah.
So we have the RC class, which a lot of kids participate in as well, but then we added this, the 170, 200 youth class this season, and have had a really great response.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun to watch these little drivers progress through the season and get more confident.
Yes.
That's a 65.943.
65.943 for Tinsley Hoback.
It's been a great addition this year to our program. So how many teams did you guys bring over from Iceland this year?
This year we had 16 cars coming over.
16 cars, okay.
But I think back home we have like available cars ready to race about 20.
Okay, about 20, and so almost all the cars came in.
Yeah.
So
this is Eva Coots out on the course now.
Oh yeah,
to come here and race.
Yeah, it's awesome to see again. Like I said, watching you guys pack the cars and containers and unpack them, it looks like that takes quite a while.
Well, the guys it's like a routine for them now. They do it very quickly. So
they know the procedure.
Yeah.
We were watching them last night, yesterday afternoon, unpack some of the cars and change the tires and get all the pits set up, and it was extremely fascinating to watch.
It's not many hours. Like back home when we were getting ready, it's like 1-2 hours. Every tent is up and the car is ready. Race ready.
Here a little bit longer, probably.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the teams have a lot of guys around them, so. But back there is also a family team, so
that's
a family spot.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That was a 42.819 for Eva Coots. This is course 1 of our UTV youth class here at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park. We finished course 1 for the UTV Bounty and the Brannock Bouncer class already. So once we wrap up our youth class, we are going to go into the Formula Off-Road Iceland.
Yes.
Their first hills. So they're out here ready to rock and roll. We are about a third of the way through our youth class. Looks like Gatlin Wheels is out on the course now. Nope, never mind. Brody Pierman is going to do a rerun. He had some confusion, which, when you're a young driver and just starting to get the hang of all of this is kind of a long course. That's a lot of eyes on you.
I mean, that happens for the professional drivers also.
Absolutely.
So,
It happens to the adults that have been doing this for a while.
Come on, stay in it. Gas on it.
What's the coolest part about America when you guys come here that you always enjoy seeing or doing?
I think it's the people.
Yeah, the people?
I mean, everyone is so nice to us.
Yeah.
Willing to help with everything. No problem.
That's neat.
Yeah.
We always tell people, I brought a couple of buddies with me, never even been to a race. I said, this is one of the races you want to go to.
Yeah.
He ain't lifted yet. He's in the parking lot.
Taylor, what was that? He cut out. 4-5-1.
Trying to get her.
Jace Winchell, next racer. Let's Jace.
All right, this is Jace Winchell out on the course now. We're going to get Brody Pearman's. All right, that was a 45.129 for Brody Pierman's rerun.
I brought two buddies with me this trip, and it's always, I was telling them, this is awesome. I said, plus all the icing crew will be there. It's going to be great. And so it's the first time ever being in an off-road event, and they're just in awe. And I said, you have to go just walk through the pits, talk to them, ask them questions. I said, these are some of the coolest guys. They're nice. They're awesome. They'll walk you and show the car, explain what they do, which I find very fascinating, being a mechanical guy, how you guys do stuff. And sometimes we use the exact same part, but we use it in two completely different ways. So it's super, super neat to see. And then obviously I said, there's some of the biggest rednecks you'll ever meet in your life, you know. So it transitions the same, you know.
50.350 for Jace Winchell.
So it's super funny to see the Iceland teams like acting and talking and making the same jokes that we make.
Yeah.
It's super neat, you know. And
I mean, it's universal.
Yeah, it is
It's
universal,
everywhere.
total. And I can't wait till tonight. Watch the water skimming. That's always one of my favorite things, especially the night lights, having all the big lights on and watching race skim. It's super exciting to watch. So
Skimming is fun. It's really fun.
we're excited. We're excited. Like I said, it'll be here shortly. We got about a dozen youth classes, and then the Iceland cruise kicking off. So
Dallas Heckley's out on the course now.
Dallas.
Ole, I have a question. We have difficulty pronouncing much of your Icelandic names and all of that. Is there anything about the English language that you find strange or hard to pronounce?
No, well, yeah, most of
that
it.
we just kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
Like, do we have weird phrases? I've heard that before. That some of our phrases that we
I don't
use
know.
are.
I mean, I'm not sure about that. I mean, we watch a lot of TV shows and movies from America. So
yeah. Okay, that helps. Yeah. That helps.
I mean, Simpsons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's how we learned English. At least I did.
Are there any words that you just like can't pronounce?
Yeah,
like I can't pronounce most of your Icelandic.
Most of it.
You have great
yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's
48.93.
That's so funny that you said that. Yeah, that's how we learn English. We watch Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like, it works. They have a lot of great pop references, so you get a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
Are movies a big thing over there? Like U.S. movies, are they a big thing over there? And do you have Icelandic captions on the TV or no?
Depends.
Depends.
You can choose it.
Okay.
I mean, when it was like just the local TV station or the Icelandic national radio, whatever it's named, it was always with a subtitle.
In Icelandic, so that way you can read if you don't necessarily understand. Because I know there's some guys, so you speak English, some guys don't. Not everybody speaks English as well as Icelandic.
No.
And Clyde said that when him and Zach and a couple of them went over there, that he said we tried to learn it, but he said it didn't go well. He said we were very bad. We were very bad.
Strange language.
Icelandic. And he's like, we were trying to learn like bathroom and like just simple words, money, bathroom, simple stuff that you might need to use. So he said we did a couple words, but he said other than that it was bad.
You have to spend some time there to learn it.
Yeah. Getting this Brantley Havens wrapping up his course.
Brantley Havens is third in points for the season. 44.090.
That's good enough for second place.
So far right now, Eva Coots has the fastest time with a 42. Now Brantley Havens with a 44. And then it looks like Brody Pierman with a 45. Those are your top three in the youth class on course 1 right now. We've got a handful of drivers left in our youth class, and then we are going to transition over to the Formula Off-Road Iceland race teams, and they're going to run their hills. We will be live for that. We're not going to stay live. We'll shut down and then come back up for it, but we will be live on Rock Racing TV. You guys will be able to watch all of that. All right, who do we have here? Taylor?
I hear some Icelandic on a radio.
Oh! All right, that's Joshua Hammett out there on the course. I should have known by the green. His dad runs the Hitman bouncer.
Yes, we'll come over here in a little bit. You said that was Joshua Hammond? Who was that? Who's the race that just went? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Looking good.
Thank you, Taylor.
47.285 for Joshua Hammett.
Ooh. That puts him in 4th place there. We have commentary in Iceland.
You can also answer.
Yeah, you can.
If that's easier.
Yeah, you can say it on the.
I don't know what the question is.
Yes.
I don't speak or read Icelandic, so I'm going to turn that over to Ole.
So,
Ole, when you explain what they were asking for or commenting?
Sorry?
What were they asking?
Just he was asking who you guys are talking to. I'm not that famous back home, so.
He said I'm not that.
Well,
I'm not
you
a rock
are
star.
now.
No,
yes, you're world famous now.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Here I had a bunch of the people I was following on Snapchat. I have a bunch of Icelandic people I have friends with Snapchat because of a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So to watch them on Snapchat and hang out and talk to them and watch their trip over, and then it was really neat for spots people were going to. So like some people went to the Corvette Museum in Kentucky. Some people were going to Waffle House. So some people went to Nashville downtown. So what were some things that you like to see when you come here? What you wanted to see? And you brought your sister with you too. So is there anything that maybe she wanted to see?
Yeah, well, we actually flew down to Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
Flew down, went to Detroit, looked at the Ford factory.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
I mean, Ford people, we have to look at it. Yeah. And well, a lot of fun stuff on the way down. So,
yeah.
And we're going to drive back to Toronto after the races, after the weekend, and look at some more places.
So you flew into Toronto and then just drove down and just hit cool spots on the way down?
Yeah.
Took your time?
Yeah.
5 years old, throwing up a 5.6.
5.618. That was Ella Coots out on the course.
They say she was 5 years old?
5 years old and out here racing away in front of this huge crowd of people already.
Wow, 5 years old.
I'm pretty sure I had like a Barbie Jeep at 5 years old. That was Ella Coots.
Ava Garner.
All right, we've got Miss Ava Garner.
Go.
Oh, we have a pretty stocked class today for our youth class. We have quite a few youth racers out there.
Ava's rounding out the top 5. She's in 5th in points right now for the season.
Come on, you better go faster than that.
Ava had a great race at Rush Springs Ranch in Missouri a couple weeks ago. Her dad, Zach, is the one on the mic announcing right now.
That's why he's cheering her on.
He's giving her a little bit more like
pep talk,
aggressive cheering than he does for the other kids.
He's not normally yelling.
Come on, go, go, go.
Go, I said go. Like, it's
He's
his
like,
daughter.
that's not what I taught you.
Yes, what are you doing? Go that way. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
She's hitting some bumps out there. Again, you can see our course workers. Some of those are dads. They're out there cheering them on, trying to make sure they all go in the right direction. That's usually one of the biggest things is keeping them all going in the right direction. But, again, we have that with adults, too. Sometimes we get mixed up. So,
good job.
Yeah.
55.642.
55.642 for Ava Garner. He said that was Colton Holback, and he said he had to adjust the gas pedal. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way down. Oh, yeah. So we can hear all the radio traffic from all the course workers and all the people, but the online people can't. So it's always funny to hear like the jokes they make, and sometimes they can be pretty ornery on there. You know, get a little wild. So it's always
funny to listen to all the dads talking about the kids when they're out there.
Yes.
And
Yes, it's very comical.
it's all in good fun for sure.
And again,
like baseball dads.
Yeah. Oh
you know?
my goodness. Yes.
Like,
There's several of those guys on TikTok I follow. And it's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
all right, Bryce Winchell. Glad to have some new young drivers out joining us today. We had Jace and Bryce, our new names for us. And then we've had a couple other of our young drivers. Tinsley Hoback, that we haven't seen her out here racing lately. So, yeah, glad to have some new and old faces back in all of our classes of racing this weekend. We're having a good time here at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee. There is not a dull moment happening today between all of our 3 classes of racing, plus our RC racing, plus, of course, the Formula Off-Road Iceland racing.
How many courses are you guys doing today? I know you're doing a couple different sets of courses.
Today, I think there are 6 with skimming.
Okay.
58.248.
That was a 58.248 for Bryce Winchell.
So you guys are doing quite a bit of racing then.
Sorry?
You guys are doing quite a bit of racing then.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the normal setup back home.
Okay.
6
courses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blake Heckley is on the line, and then I believe Gatlin Wills will be after her and wrap up our youth class course 1.
That's so cute seeing all the little kids just sitting there, just hanging out, having a good time.
What, Taylor?
All right, we got Blake Heckley. Come on, baby, let's go.
All right, here she goes. It's so cute. Blake has to basically look through the steering wheel instead of over it. Look how little she is in there. It's so cute. Her sass is large, though.
Oh,
She might be small.
Yes.
But this girl, actually most of our girls that are out here racing, they got the sass of somebody 3 times their size.
I know Gatlin very well, and me and Justin are pretty good BFF, and Gatlin is pretty sassy. It's always great to see like English and Icelandic all commenting on Rock Racing TV. It's always super cool. Again, for those of you watching in English or Icelandic, you can hop over to Rock Racing TV on Facebook. That's where you watch our live feed at. Not the Rock Racing TV group, but the Rock Racing's page. You can hop over. There's about 1 million followers on there. We go live and send it out, and we have a lot of fun with it. We try to stay live for all of our shows. We're going to do some of yours today. Hopefully we'll live for the, fingers crossed, be live for the water crossing tonight. Yeah. The skimming, I'm super excited about it.
6'9.511, and Blake had quite the cheering section down here as she got closer to the finish line. Everyone's yelling for her. Super cute. Gatlin Wheels out here going to wrap things up. Course 1 for the youth class, and then we will let you guys know the leaderboard.
And she was our first ever winner of our at Texas this year.
Gatlin is first in points right now for the season. One of our more experienced young drivers as well, she had already raced at the Mid-America youth class.
Yeah.
I guess last year, before we began our youth class in this series.
It's they also got it painted. You can see it's wrapped and painted just like her dad's rig. That Digging Deeper Racing crew.
Yeah, you might recognize that color scheme there from the bouncer class. Justin Wills raced in. Yeah, it used to be red, and then they changed it up so that they had the matching color scheme
it's
there.
Cute. And see when they're matching race suit, her little pink and purple race suit. It's super cute.
Did she jump that thing recently? Because those front wheels have a little bit of a
starting to squat a little
drift
bit.
camber to them.
5.416. Not too shabby. Gatlin Wheels.
5.1.
5.426.
It was good until Taylor tried to tell us.
Yes.
416.
51.416 for Gatlin Wheels. Matt, can you please give us a rundown from our youth class?
This is our rundown. Again, we had 13 races in our youth class. I think that's got to be one of our biggest. I know we've had a few of them that are quite a bit, but coming in, this is your youth class race. Eva Kuntz coming in first place with a 42-second run. Brentley Havens coming in second. Brody Pierman coming in third. Josh Hamnett coming in fourth. Clara Hoback coming in fifth. Dallas Heckley coming in sixth. Jay Winsel coming in seventh. Gatlin Wills coming in eighth. Ava Garner coming in ninth. Eva Kuntz coming in 10th. Bryce Winsel coming in 11th. Tinley Hoback 12th. And Blake Heckley coming in 13th. Again, that is your youth class drivers. They all came out and had a great time, made some quick passes. We're going to shut down the live feed to go ahead and shut it down, get everything cleaned up, and then start a new live feed for our Icelandic Formula Off-Road. We're super excited about those guys. I know I'm really happy.
Yeah, we're going to be coming back with that pretty shortly, so if you guys want to watch, I hope you do. It's going to be worth it. Make sure that you don't go too far. Come right back to Hillside Live here on Rock Racing TV. See you pretty soon.
We'll see you guys.
We'll be right back.